Loud noises. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Unsung Heroes. My name is Mike Mercadal. I host an in-studio podcast called Zeros on Heroes, where we interview people about their heroes. But this is Unsung Heroes, where you guys get to be the heroes. Hey. Thank you all for being here. Guys, we have a special edition of Hey, Watch This. Hey, watch this. It's literally just an excuse for us to watch movies and talk shit and create an audio commentary track open mic here at the Creek in the Cave in Long Island City, Queens, with very special guest curator of Hey, Watch This today, Vox the Devil himself, John Smith.
Hi, it's me.
Hey.
This is what my voice sounds like.
Good for you, buddy. You've identified yourself. We're loud and clear.
And I've stated that this movie is my favorite. I've said my favorite. Part of me wants to back down now that I'm in the spotlight. I'm going to commit. This is my favorite movie.
So, Hey, Watch This is literally, the premise was there's movies that kept coming up that I loved and that I just want people to see that I don't think get enough attention. Like, hey, everyone should watch Varsity Blues. Hey, everyone should watch the movie Hackers. You know what I mean? Like, hey, watch this.
I'm still sad I missed the Hackers one.
I will do it again. I will watch Hackers again. I will create a whole other commentary track for Hackers. But we're here. You can follow us at Zeros on Heroes on all social media. You can follow John at Vox the Devil. And then this will be posted up. And you can play, right now, we're going to watch A Knight's Tale, the Heath Ledger 2001 classic. Heath Ledger and Shannon Sossamon. People forgot about her. She like dropped out of the limelight.
Yeah, and then everyone else in the main cast also becomes big because it's Alan Tudyk, Paul Bettany, and Robert Baratheon.
Robert Baratheon, yeah, his name's Mark Addy. He was also Fred Flintstone. Flintstone
in
one of the
Rock Vegas,
in one of the Flintstones movies. Yeah.
He was also in the
Full Monty. He's a very good British actor. And I'll be honest with you, this movie, Paul Bettany is in it as fucking Chaucer.
I mentioned, yeah.
All right, we're going to get to it. This version is the DVD version. Any of the versions work. I don't think there's like a special director's cut. I don't know. But right now, if you're following along with us at home, the Columbia Pictures logo is up. There's the lady. The word is there with the torch up. She's very, very regal looking with her toga and the light shining. John, is there any reason? Oh, not any reason, but is there anything that we need to know about your state of mind as this movie is playing? Like, why this movie before we start? Like,
about my feelings about the Columbia lady? About the movie?
About how you feel about the movie.
So yeah, when this movie came out, I was probably maybe 9th grade, I want to say, and or maybe junior high, because my attitude about it was very shitty.
You didn't like it.
Which was, I turned my nose up to it because of its iconic use of music.
There are some modern references, including music and other things that pop up. We'll get to it.
Their idea is to make this as relatable to the modern day as possible by making it a sport in the way that we understand sports. So it's using fucking Queen and all this other stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. And what do you say we get started, John?
Yeah,
the introduction
later
is all
in life. My sister was like, "Here, you need to fucking watch this," and then it made me cry. And I watch it all the time now.
So she did a Hey, watch this.
Yes,
for personally, like she basically told you. Oh, all right, okay. So we are starting the movie right now. This is the Columbia Pictures. Da, 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 da. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And if you're timing it, in medieval times, a sport arose. You should do an announcer voice for this.
Embraced by noble and peasant fans alike, though only noble knight could compete, the sport was jousting.
Yeah, boom. So I love the fact that, like, you can see they are hitting each other with this shit hard.
For one of these knights, an over-the-hill former champion, it was the end. But as for his peasant squire, William, it was merely the beginning. You told me to do this. So.
I love... What? I forgot why he has the things in his nose. Oh, because he smells like shit.
Because he's dead. Also, those dreads, man.
Roz Trent. Does anybody remember Roz Trent? Andy Samberg doing the white guy with dreads on side. Yeah. That's what it looks like. Alan Tudyk.
Alan Tudyk with the reddest hair possible.
He does look like Archie.
It looks like they went in and CG'd it to be redder.
I will say this movie did answer so many questions. I wish more movies just laid it out at the beginning like that. Like just straight up, like, here's what's going on, numbnuts, watch,
Yeah, just this bitch dead. Now that's where it starts. Go.
Yeah. And it's like, hit everything you need to get caught up and go. Alan Tudyk has like rage issues in this movie, and I love it. I love it a lot.
Manky git. It's such a good phrase. I should pull it into my...
Yeah. Well, what do you say we get? Let's get someone up. Who wants to come up first? Come on. You, Brendan? I thought you were... Raise your hand. One of you come up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Brendan Gillett. He's coming up. Yeah. Brendan, your thoughts?
Manky Git is a good thing. In 7th grade, we had to do the Shakespearean insult project, and then later I replicated it with my middle school students in a summer program. And there's a lot of good insults out there from this time period.
There's a lot of
Are those
good
the thoughts
British...
you're looking for?
There's a lot of
Is that
good
the hot
British
take you
insults.
want? I'm really only here to talk about Chaucer.
He comes in later.
He does not come late. He comes much later.
I know, but
you could have waited.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, I have a feeling I might be able to come back.
The
room is very crowded, so
yeah.
I don't know if I'll get more
we'll
chances.
Take turns.
Is he gay in this?
Chaucer?
Yeah. Who's gay? Someone's gay, right? I've never seen this movie, despite John saying that he watches it all the time.
Yeah.
Quote, all the time. Apparently, all the time is not all the time
Gentlemen,
he spends with me.
we have to focus. They've just dropped the first modern reference with "We Will Rock You."
I have definitely watched this movie with commentary, and I have small facts like they use a specific type of wood, like balsa wood, to make it so it explodes better.
Yeah, they also they used it's hollowed out, and then you know what's in there? Spaghetti, dried spaghetti. They would put dried spaghetti in it to make it look like wood splinters and stuff.
The magic of cinema.
The magic of cinema. But I also just love the idea of like there's like hooliganism for jousting.
Well, it's people riding at each other, with a big stick, trying to knock each other off a horse. Also, side note, I realized today that I really should have tried to find. Those like in Oriental Trading, they had those novelty.
I love that girl, her feeling herself. Sorry,
things that would. No, she's great. That's also where we are in the movie. For those of you listening along at home.
Yeah.
Those things. It's like a little black plastic thing, and there's a little plastic fist on the end, and you squeeze it, and the fist flies off.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I wish I could have bought like 4 of those today.
That is also more relevant than you would think it would be.
No, it is because he's the
later
fucking
in this
fist
movie.
Lance. I know that's iconic. Everyone knows that. You don't need to see the movie to know Heath Ledger is a tiny fist.
Heath
No,
Ledger
it's
does not have a
Heath
fist
Ledger.
lamp.
Oh, some
It's
other boy has a
some
tiny fist.
other
Also,
boy.
I would not I don't think I see this movie referenced outside of me bringing it up very often.
Yeah, not anymore, but back in the day. Toby, do you want to be on this fucking mic or not? Okay.
Wow.
Here's the thing. This
Where's the
movie
thing,
came
Mike?
out in 2001. So it probably got buried by, I don't know, current events happening around 2001. You know what I mean? Other stuff
I know what you mean.
happened that year.
And this probably happened early in the year?
I would
it's
imagine.
Like a summer blockbuster?
I would imagine.
So this is okay, so now what we're talking about is the last vestige of culture pre 9/11. And that's what today's show is secretly about.
That's what it's secretly
what
about.
was the world in the last month or two?
Well, let's put it this way. This was post 10 Things I Hate About You, right?
Yes.
This was like peak teen heartthrob Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Yes.
Before
Rest in
he-
power, Heath Ledger, by
Yeah,
the
rest
way.
in power.
Can I say something real quick about Heath
You can
Ledger?
say a lot of things real quick.
He died on my birthday. Rather rude of him.
Yeah. Oh, really?
I found out from a Chili's waitress.
What? You were having your
time
birthday
out,
at
time out.
Chili's.
Yeah, exactly. That's the detail I'm going to lock on to. You were at Chili's on your birthday?
I didn't have a choice.
Fair enough.
Because that's how my family works.
And now?
And now, well, look.
Well, now you eat bibimbap on your birthday.
Well, he's alive this movie, and he is
He is very alive in this movie.
he's about to compete for the first
Oh, wait,
time.
so Heath Ledger wasn't the dead guy at the beginning?
No, Heath
Okay.
Ledger is
I
very.
found out that Heath Ledger died from my mom texting me. I think assuming he was some sort of gay icon because she and I had seen Brokeback Mountain in theaters together before I was out. So she felt that she had to text me and tell me that special boy Heath Ledger was dead.
Oh, well, was it a supportive thing?
Oh yeah, very supportive. He is not good at lancing right now.
No, he's not practiced.
This came out in spring. All right, so this was
Because the armor has this is very much a sports thing because the gear is specifically set up for this sort of thing. Like, you wouldn't meet on the battlefield doing this.
Oh.
You know what's amazing in this
I
world?
see the dried spaghetti. Also, he just got hit in the face.
And I feel like a lot of
What's
these
amazing,
shots,
John?
like,
Sorry.
I understand it's movie magic and stuff, but that shit hit him in the face. Like, that for sure
Not
hit
him.
him.
He has a stunt double.
Yes.
You ever heard of stunt doubles, Mike?
Well, the people. That's what I was going to say. The people in this movie that are actually doing the jousting. There are also people at Renaissance fairs all the time doing jousting.
That's
still,
true.
and like practicing it to this day, and that's kind of fucking awesome.
And are they like super bros? Are they the bros at the Renaissance fair? Are they the cool sports bros?
All I,
Family Guy.
Do they use Axe body spray?
I can say this with this much with the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair. I know this much. The jousters are hired separately from the rest of the actors. They are their own group.
Yeah, because the fucking actors can't handle it.
Well, isn't
Bunch
there
of
like
losers.
there's like a whole Renaissance fair like culture of
yeah.
people.
Dude, the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair has its own like message board, and people like fan.
We didn't
over
talk
the
about
actors.
we didn't talk about this on this podcast before.
Maybe I
The
think we-
Pennsylvania Ren Fair.
It becomes a debauch to like
Y-
after
it-
hours, like when the Renaissance Fair closes,
To-
they all
to-
just drink and fuck.
yeah.
I was once. I was once at a. I want this pen, by the way.
Well, that's the thing.
That's
so
a
here's the
pen?
thing.
I think. I don't know.
It's
Is
a-
Heath Ledger gonna cut off his white dreads? You know what? I won't ask questions like that.
Don't-
I'll wait
you-
and see.
You got to wait for the movie. Will tell you everything.
Well, according to you, Mike, it's best when a movie just fucking tells you everything right at the beginning. That's what you said not
Right.
5 minutes ago.
It's to start, and then it
Have you
reveals
never heard
itself.
of mystery and exposition?
Maybe you were confused because I didn't read that in an announcer voice, but it does say his white dreads come off. William's white dreads come off.
Here's the thing.
And later in the movie, we will see the loss of the white dread.
Here's the thing about this. Like, so he won, right, just by like surviving because the other guy apparently had done really well and then shit himself to death. And then now they win and they like, but they won that gold feather thing.
And he pawned it.
And he essentially sold it to somebody else for money. Like, that's the thing. Back in the day, like they would just like have like,
For money?
like yeah, someone's like, here, I'll give you 10 silver for this thing. It's like it's
These fuckers are peasants, man. They're just trying to get food.
They're trying to get by. He was forced into this life of crime. Because what he's doing is illegal, right? Like pretending to
Yes.
be nobility. This movie is basically
Stolen valor.
Stolen valor. This 100% stolen valor.
Oh, now he's like, the con is on. Let's do more.
Yeah.
Let's steal more valor.
Glory and riches.
Let's impersonate a soldier.
Well, the truth is that
Sweet
like
choker, Heath.
dilled veal ball. It's the food also is not necessarily enticing. They're talking about it like it's great. and
Well,
they're
I
like,
mean, it's
Oh yeah,
British food.
I also thought when you were saying like I love how this movie just gives it to you right in the beginning, I thought what you meant was it tells you right away that the Middle Ages all stank like shit.
Yes.
24/7, everything smelled bad.
everything. That's why I think like all of those time travel movies that like people get dropped back into medieval times don't reference that enough because your nose has to adjust. There would
I
be a
feel
moment like if you like there's a dead guy
There's
right
a
there.
dead guy.
There's literally a dead guy and they're not acting as if that doesn't stink right now. Like they're just like used to it. The humidity. Yes, thank you. The humidity. At some point, like that would be an interesting time travel movie where someone just pops back and then just like can't.
How dare a king in King Arthur's court not deal with the corpses?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That kid would have been fucked up from the smells.
Just as a little
Isn't
bit.
that a Kid in King Arthur's Court is a Mark Twain story, isn't it?
Yes, it's also a great movie from the 90s.
There's also a Connecticut
he brings
Yankee.
rollerblades.
my other option.
There's one
Mark
called
Twain is Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court, and then the one in the 90s is just called a kid because no one knows what a fucking Connecticut Yankee is.
There is a movie called Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court, and it has Rudy Huxtable as the kid that goes back in time.
I think they.
Character
Are you
himself.
A sexy wrestling match is happening.
I will say I do love all three of these actors. Like I love Alan Tudyk. I think he's amazing. The guy Robert Baratheon was amazing. Heath Ledger was very good. Mark Addy, yeah.
Put some respect on his name.
No, like that's awesome that Mark Addy got to have a role that is as iconic that people just know him as that role.
Yeah.
Like other than that, I think Mark Addy would have a very middling, like he'd be just a character actor, you know?
Yeah.
I guess so. I mean, I've always known who Mark Addy was.
Only in for like half of a season. You would know who Mark Addy is.
Yeah, and I do.
Well, oh, here we go. Another song drop of War's Lowrider. And I think we get like a solid training montage. I think this movie does not skimp on the training montage. The snazzy,
Alan Tudyk showing half a titty there.
The very, what is it? Snarky commentary from the two friends.
Yeah,
this is classic.
They're effectively
everyone has those two friends.
Effectively coming out with different hats, and they're like, no, and then they finally find a really nice.
Yeah. He's shopping for his outfit. Girls just want to have fun is playing.
Oh,
why has it become my go-to montage song?
I would love to have like the Pretty Woman montage in reverse, where I just get to try on outfits and people tell me yes, no, yes, no.
And by the end of it, you're a whore.
By the end of it, I get to.
Yeah, what do you mean in reverse?
Right, no, yeah. By the end of it, I'm a whore, and I'm wearing a very skimpy Hollywood Boulevard outfit.
Classy to trashy.
Yeah.
Well, you go from you to more trashy.
Thank you. That is 100%
Dragged on your own show.
Look, all I'm saying is a lot of people have called me the Geoffrey Chaucer of the modern day. Because this bitch was all in the burns. Like I said, I was an English major. I took Canterbury Tales seminar. I'm here to talk about Geoffrey Chaucer.
He's coming up. This is
and his mind is filthy.
He's actually naked for a good chunk of his introduction.
And none of this surprises me.
This looks like fun, actually. How do I set this up? Like have like a wakeboarding situation.
Have your chubby friend and your redhead friend pull you around on a lake.
Yeah, where's Alex Murray? He's my redhead friend. Red bearded friend.
This looks like just a regular day in Florida.
Huh?
He has red hair on his head.
Yeah. But I'm saying that he's like the most red person I know. I don't know anyone with redder hair than that.
True. Because you don't know Alan Tudyk in this movie.
No, apparently not. I do.
They are doing sword fighting because sometimes you have to get off and sword fight, right?
That's part of the.
That's part of jousting.
So this is
So there's tournaments.
So you know how like the Olympics has javelin throwing, like it's all these like martial like skills, like throwing a spear, leaping, pole vaulting was from a thing that people used to do to like scale walls and stuff, like get over walls for combat and stuff.
Can
like that.
we talk about modern? Oh, he cut his hair.
Dreads,
Thank
gone.
God. End of the montage. Can we talk about modern decathlon?
The modern decathlon?
Yeah, do you guys know about this?
Doesn't it like running and shooting and
It's like the prep school Olympics. Yeah, it's like running, pistol shooting, fencing, I think is in it,
Sure.
and horseback something. It is an incredible Olympic event that no one talks about enough, especially since they shoot laser pistols because they decided real pistols were too much. Here he is, my boy.
Geoffrey Chaucer coming in hot. Paul Bettany. It's amazing to think that like all of these guys.
Vision.
Yeah, he's the Vision.
We are in his ass crack right now.
Yes.
He is so unbelievably good in this movie.
Yeah. To trudge. This might just turn into us watching the movie. Forget fucking commentary track.
Basically,
This is
every
very
time
good.
Paul Bettany talks, I'm just going to go quiet because he's so like his dialogue is so good in this. And
You mean every time Geoffrey Chaucer speaks?
Yeah.
Wait, is Shakespeare in this one or no?
No.
Wrong time period? Probably.
Yeah, that's probably the wrong time period.
I was an English major.
not a history.
This is a prequel to Shakespeare in Love. You didn't know that? It's Shakespeare in Love, and then Knight's Tale is the prequel.
Yep. That all checks out.
Yep. This is an interesting move. He literally pulls the thing out of his foot with his mouth. Interesting levels of flexibility and dexterity.
You didn't learn that in paramedic school, Mike?
No,
That has to be something
we
that-
missed the tooth gripping portion.
Also, you can't put your own foot in your mouth.
I probably
You
can.
do it enough on the mic.
Boom.
That's just
Bottom.
something that
Dragged
like
again.
Paul Bettany was just like, I can do this, and then they're like, okay, just do it in the movie, whatever.
I feel like
Probably.
it's not. It's not that hard.
It's not.
Do it standing.
Okay.
No, don't do it. Don't. You
Okay,
did
maybe
it.
it's
All
just
right.
a thing writers can do.
Yeah, I'm like, what did I just tell you? I'm the Geoffrey Chaucer of the modern era. I can deliver sick burns, write filthy stories in high language,
This is
and
also-
put
yeah.
my foot in my own mouth.
But this is pre-fame Geoffrey Chaucer. This is where people like don't know who he is yet. It is implied in the fiction of this, in the history of this fictional world, that this is what makes Geoffrey Chaucer famous. know?
There was also, I believe, in the commentary that you could choose to listen to other than us, but please don't.
Don't do. Yeah,
please
listen
put
to this
Them both
first.
on, you cowards.
Listen to me half remember this commentary, which is that they like there is a point in Chaucer's history where like they just don't really quite know what he was up to, and they're just like, that's where this is, and that's where they wrote in him into the story.
They were like, oh, and what's he up to? Wandering around naked. That seems as good as explanation as any.
They explain why he's naked. I think they already did. We might not have been paying attention.
That they what?
Explained why he was naked.
Not yet.
They haven't done it yet.
So he becomes a vital part of the organization because of his ability to make a fake ID. Essentially, he's the fake ID guy.
That's a skill most writers have.
Well, I imagine like in a time when everyone's illiterate, being able to write was like being able to program
Oh, that's
computers.
true. He didn't need to know how to like print out a photo and like make it on a plastic card. He just needed to be able to write words.
Yeah,
Be like, this person is this person. You show a paper and that's you.
yeah. Like who?
And people are like, that's a lot of work. Who would do that for a lie?
Patents of nobility.
Anyone fancy enough to know how to read can afford real ID.
Yeah, they must have been educated. I wonder how long this took to shoot. Where he's just hanging out, Stark. Just like dick out, just hanging out on set.
Because he seems like he's really doing it.
I mean, he's naked there.
It seems like there is no cocksock.
Did
would
he just
imagine.
say he will fong him?
Yes.
What does that mean?
Fong apparently is his version of beating the shit out of him or something, that he's going to hit him. Pain.
Yikes.
Lots of pain. Angry Alan Tudyk is one of my favorite things in Hollywood. Like watching him and Alan Tudyk mad is one of my favorite things on the earth. You see, like that guy got hit. Do you think like the Renaissance Fair people watch this and critique it?
Yes.
Oh, 100%.
They got to, right?
They have to. This is like all they got.
Well, I know someone who does
This is their Space Jam.
This is their Space Jam. I know someone who does armored combat like regularly, like, and does a like competes in like international tournaments of like medieval combat, and it's like they get fucked up.
Are you entirely sure this person doesn't just LARP and tell you they do armed combat?
No. I went to watch. It's a she, and she fights with a pike. She fights. I'm sorry, with a glaive. And she, or I forget, she fights with a couple of different things, but they literally get in there. And I thought it was going to be a choreographed LARPing situation, and then they just start smacking the shit out of each other. And I was in. I was like, if I had the money to buy armor, which is apparently like you have to have like legal armor, like $700 at least worth of like under padding and literal plate armor, I was about to be like, oh, I want to swing a sword. I want to get hit with a helmet.
I mean, we can swing a sword and hit you.
No, I mean, with
I can fong you if you want.
I can
don't
get
fong
some-
me, please.
I
No
can get
fonging.
some metal that I can wrap around you, and then we can just hit you.
Just aluminum foil
Yeah, I was
with
gonna say,
like
ever heard of
newspaper.
tinfoil, Mike?
Yeah, tinfoil newspaper.
Couple things. It hasn't come up yet.
There
but I
she
will-
is.
Oh, there she is. She is very pretty in this movie. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure she's pretty outside of this movie as well.
You can tell because she's wearing all white and it's very pure, and she's not completely dirty. That's how you know she's a main character.
she's not, and she's wearing like what is that, felt or fleece or whatever the hell? Like
Yeah.
it's a very absorbent fabric.
Yeah.
She's got main character energy.
She,
Yeah, it's the equivalent
yes.
of pink hair in an anime.
She's got
Absolutely.
whatever the term for plot armor, but for mud is. She's got it.
Plot armor?
Like the story revolves around the hero, so they're never gonna die. She has
okay.
that, but for mud.
Yeah, the story revolves on her, so she's never gonna get dirty.
Nope.
Look up, you idiot. She's on the balcony. Only rich
I
people
do.
can get on
There
the
is an
balcony.
iconic line reading coming up, and it's by a side character, and I enjoy it a lot.
Oh, there it's good. Her. Who is that
Did
person?
you say, "Ooh, that's good"?
Is she in things?
The artist.
Oh,
She's the artist.
Do you guys want to swap out?
But yeah, sure.
Come on.
Wait, can I
Ladies
say
and
one
gentlemen-
last thing before we leave?
What's one last thing?
Notice on his saddle there is a plate that comes up from the saddle to protect
His groin.
dick zone.
Yes.
That is a medieval cup we're looking at.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Nelson.
Hi.
Everybody,
Wait,
you can
do I
stay
have to
right.
move? Yeah,
you can
okay,
stay
cool.
right there.
Yeah. Yeah, she's the lady from The Artist.
She's very pretty, but she's not in others. She was in, but like that's the artist.
Her handmaid,
Oh.
the one with the long hair.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
No, Shannon Sossaman's my girlfriend. I saw her in. She was in the U.S. version of
This guy.
Oh my God, that
That's
dude.
How from God! I love him. Yeah.
Sorry.
He just sorry. No, it's just
Oh no, I was like, sorry.
Well, he did-
this chubby man is just giving his all in this small performance, and I love it.
I think there's a bunch of that in this movie. Like the secondary characters are chewing scenery hard, man.
Yeah.
They're like
You gotta.
Like the director was just like, "Give me all you got." This movie's got fucking Queen in it, and it's about jousting. Let's go. See, look,
I love
foxy
these-
lady.
I love it.
I'm just now noticing the first time the way these guys get a horse out of a thing, which is just come at it with a slow hug motion.
It's like a Red Rover situation. They just like guide him out.
So Shannon Sossaman a couple of years back was on the U.S. version of Mistresses as a lesbian, and I was very happy.
You were on board with that? I don't
The
know.
U.S. version of Mistresses blue, though.
I don't know much about
What are you
her
doing,
career
weirdo?
outside of this movie.
Wasn't
okay,
she?
I know.
Wasn't she in the rules
No,
of?
I was hoping you would fill me in.
Wasn't she in Rules of Attraction also?
Yeah, definitely.
That's that movie that I think came out around this time.
Yeah.
That was poorly promoted because it's a dark like drug.
Yeah, that movie's
thing.
fucked up.
Yeah, I really hate Bret Easton Ellis. I read that entire book just for the 2 times that they refer to the characters from The Secret History, because he and Donna Tartt, who wrote The Secret History, are friends and went to college together. So the books take place at the same time.
Oh,
At the same place.
here we go. I love these scenes, man. These jousting scenes
Yeah.
are are shot really well. It's very exciting. The
So much
spaghetti is flying.
flying.
Huh?
There's so much. We said the same thing. I also say there's a couple things in this.
Of
Spaghetti?
spaghetti medievals.
I didn't see the spaghetti.
There's a couple things in this movie that, although I love this movie, are admittedly very dumb. I will point them out. Also, later there is a coat that Alan Tudyk wears that I want desperately.
Oh yeah.
Is that what that is?
He looks like he's
Brendan
wearing.
says he is wearing a
What are you
rugby
doing,
helmet.
Bobby?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can figure out who.
I do think that there's an element to this of also. It comes up later when Geoffrey Chaucer starts doing his dope. Let's get ready to rumble shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll talk about it then.
So this has got 2 different people from Game of Thrones in it, actually, because obviously Mark Addy played Robert Baratheon. Pretty much the same character, you know.
yeah, same guy. This
and-
guy. Look at this guy chewing his fucking roll up.
Yeah.
He's eating it up.
This guy could
When you look like
transition
that, you got
easily
it,
to
you know?
Bulk from Power Rangers. I assume Bulk is the chubby one.
Bulk and skull.
Bulk and Skull.
Vulcan Skull.
Actually, no, his friend could also be Skull, too.
That's
They're basically
true.
Bulk and Skull.
See, look, naked again. Boom.
Yeah, I forgot you see his butt a lot in this.
Yeah.
I love when somebody like Paul Bettany, who always plays something like so serious, does a role like this, you know? Where he's like just a fucking goofball.
I genuinely, it looks like everybody's having a great time. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
yeah. I bet
It looks
this
like
was a lot of fun.
everyone looks like they're having a blast.
I believe it also filmed in, like, an Eastern European country.
Yeah, they
Sure.
made this movie for like no money. If I
There's
remember
a
correctly.
scene later where no one speaks English, and I will point it out later. Yes.
How much fun would it have been to be an extra in this, provided it was like not super hot?
I imagine it was pretty warm. Also, like you're wearing medieval style, rags and
Yeah,
shit.
I actually didn't go and work on Plot Against America last week because
It was too hot?
Yeah, because it was shooting for winter, and I was just like, I don't,
You don't wanna
I want
die.
the money,
That's
but
the
I don't
worst.
want to die, and I won't get the money for a month and a half anyway. So.
So this is the thing where he reveals why he's naked. He's got a gambling problem.
Oh, right. Also, Laura Frazier in this. She is. I'll point her out when she comes up. I don't remember who she
is
plays.
she?
Laura Frazier. She's like the other woman that isn't Shannon Sossamit or her handmaid. She's like a.
Oh yeah. That's
She
The
was-
blacksmith girl?
the blacksmith. Yeah.
Yeah, she was
She's in Game of Thrones?
Celeste Baratheon for the first season. That's Stannis Baratheon's wife. She was only in for the first season, so there's 2 Baratheons in this movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
All in the family.
And I love her, so I was really sad she got recast.
Yeah, she's another. I guess I just didn't pay attention to the actresses' careers.
Yeah.
Which.
Oops.
Yeah, I just love like bitchy brunettes, it's very it's very ingrained. Posh Spice was like my first crush.
And this is why he's good at the sword, Brendan.
Yeah. This is his thing. Is the sword is what he's best at.
It's how to handle a sword.
When everyone else was messing around.
He studied the
Studied
sword.
the blade. Oh my god.
But here's the thing: the armor is not made for him, so he can't really guard himself appropriately.
Oh, this is what happened. Yeah, she was also Dor in Neverwhere. Laura Frazier was, and she was the lead on Lip Service, which is a great Scottish TV show about lesbians, much better than the L Word. She left Game of Thrones to do Better Call Saul, to do Breaking Bad. She's like the one who like in the warehouse in Breaking Bad, like season 5 or something like that.
I didn't. This is
no
one of
one?
those. So
Yeah,
we talked
okay.
about this earlier. Yeah,
Breaking Bad's like
Breaking Bad.
not your thing.
So this
I have not seen.
is one of the most great improv moments. Keep in mind, no one in this audience understands English and has any idea what's happening.
All of the extras, yeah.
None of the extras know what's happening.
I know, I saw it. It was amazing.
Yeah.
This was improv. The extras didn't know when to cheer.
Oh, so the yeah was
The yeah was
I love
improv.
That's amazing. I love Mark Addy. He's fantastic.
And it's such a great joke. And it sells the part more.
He seems like a great time. He goes to he would go to like every season premiere of Game of Thrones, even though he died like in
Is
like
this taking
episode
care
7.
of business right now? This is a boxing movie. The Dan
Yeah, it's
it
taking
is
care
a
of
boxing
business.
movie. But like they're playing
it's
taking
full on
care
just
of
a sport
business,
movie.
right?
This is the Mighty Fucking Ducks. Yeah, it's taking care of business. Get to the working overtime part.
Oh right, I was gonna say earlier that I know a lot of people who work the Renaissance Fair and stuff like that, and it's quite a scene. They're all like, as soon as the fair shuts down, they're all getting wasted and like fucking like in the exhibitions and stuff.
Interesting.
I have been
has
to
it-
a Ren Fair party before, and it was a lot of fun. A lot of people getting on, like stepping up onto stools and doing like toasts, dramatic toasts.
Yeah,
Oh,
that sounds
yeah.
about right. They're actors.
Lords
Almost
and
everyone
ladies.
that works there is an actor.
Who is looked more highly upon, the Ren Fair people or the medieval times people?
the
Ren
Ren Fair
Fair
people.
Do they, is
They're professionals,
Right.
man. They do it day in, day out.
is there like a rivalry, or is it just very clearly one?
I have no
One
idea.
is very clearly better than the
Yeah,
other.
I'm-
I've been to medieval times, and I will say medieval times sucks.
I've never been to medieval times.
Broadway actors or Starlight Dynamite?
Is that really like the delineation?
Kinda.
Okay, I want to. This Here, take this mic real quick and say that again, because that burn needs to be understood.
Yeah.
Who is looked upon more highly, Michael? Broadway actors or Starlight Diner waiters?
Yes, I understand that. I'm the
People who have not been a tourist in New York City will not know
have
what
no idea what
Starlight
that we're
Diner
talking
is.
about.
No, they saw that second to last season of Glee when they all worked there. They know.
Or
Okay.
or that episode of Friends where Monica has to be the waitress on the roller skates.
All the ones that went to Glee.
You remember that?
I
one?
also say the first time I was I went to the Starlight Diner when I was living in Pennsylvania, and I was like here for a visit. And it was also the first place I ever saw a $5 shake a la Pulp Fiction.
Oh,
Yeah.
guys, I think we should acknowledge that Lady Blacksmith.
Yeah,
there's a
that's
Lady
her, Laura
Blacksmith.
Fraser.
Women can be anything these days.
Yeah, modern,
she's,
forward-thinking.
she can be everything except for Celeste Baratheon for more than one season.
Well, in this movie, she's part of the crew.
She is, I know, I
she
love her.
becomes.
Hashtag squad.
Yeah,
She's like
I do-
basically the lead on that lesbian drama that Scottish lesbian drama called Lip Service. She's fantastic.
Are you aware of every lesbian drama that comes out? Is that like your
Yeah, totally.
Fair
Like,
enough.
There are only 3. Yeah, seriously though.
But you're also acutely aware of any lesbian activity
Love
on
this
television.
visor.
There's not a lot
Look,
of
it's so
like
good.
representation for lesbians that isn't just like that, like a girl that looks like Shannon Sossaman and a girl that looks like her handmaid, like it was cool to see Lip Service. They actually looked like, real people.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Her outfit is so out of place with the rest of the costuming, but it's amazing.
That's like her whole thing though, right? That her outfits are like really out there.
She's like the Helen of Troy figure. She's
Honestly,
like the
I'd pick Rufus Sewell
Rufus Sewell. That guy
over Heath Ledger. Yeah, sorry.
He is so clearly the villain.
I know,
He is
he's
so
so
clearly
attractive.
like the bad
He's
guy.
so good at it,
Oh.
though.
Yeah.
I know. What's the is Dark City like the only movie where he's not the villain?
Maybe I don't know. Dark City is weird.
I love Dark City.
Yeah. I
But
think
I think it's the only one I can think of where he's not the villain, right? He's like the Nazi dude in Man in the High Tower.
Oh
he's-
right, that's right.
Oh wait, no, he's not the villain in Cold Comfort Farm. He's fantastic in Cold Comfort Farm.
I don't know half of these things you're saying.
Oh, Cold Comfort Farm's one of my
I
mom
like-
and my favorites.
Here's another thing about this movie I love. There's just a random falcon. Just a guy holding a falcon in the background.
No, that was a thing though. Like,
Yeah.
that everybody had their falcon and they would use them for like hunting and whatever.
Yeah,
I
but
imagine-
also if it wasn't in this movie, I wouldn't be like, "Where's the Falcon?"
But I also imagine at this point, like they're at like a sporting event. You know what I mean? Like he's just
Also, I will say, I've watched this movie so much. That's the first time I've ever noticed that Falcon. And it's a fucking.
I noticed it because at a
Falcon.
certain point, watch, you'll see.
Oh
at
my
a certain,
god, the
at a certain
guy I
point,
liked
it's
in
like
college
stealing.
looks like him. That's what the deal is.
Oh.
It's all coming together now. I was like, why am I so attracted to this guy? Oh, that's it. Actually, I'd probably fuck like half the cast of this movie. They're all pretty good
Oh,
looking.
jeez, he's got the pickup lines from Chaucer.
Oh, right. Chaucer's teaching him how to be smooth. I forgot
It's
about
a
that.
Cyrano de Bergerac situation.
Right? Yeah. Sir,
The guy holding the Falcon, also great weaselly man.
Yes. Look, that's why I noticed
everyone's
it,
got
'cause
great faces.
The Falcon is literally like staring down the barrel of the camera, but it doesn't know it. It doesn't know it's doing it. So it's just like it's like piercing into your soul.
Way to break the fourth wall, Falcon.
Look at it. Look at it. It's like staring right at you.
Oh, God. That like scar in the eyebrow just does it for me.
He looks rugged. Or he's got like a manly like the like look, that bird is really staring down the camera.
What's fun about like this movie is another great
that
Weasley. That's a Benedict Cumberbatch.
That's what he looked like before he got the surgery that like made him famous. Seriously, if they fixed that guy's nose, he'd look like just like Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, to the point of I want to check IMDb.
I've got it pulled up already.
Check. This is
No,
a key
Benedict
element.
Cumberbatch
Hold
is
on. Let me
rich,
turn this up because we
so
gotta
he
hear.
would've- If he was gonna fix his nose, he would have fixed it younger.
We gotta hear this bonkers introduction.
everybody else here not sitting on a cushion?
Perfect.
They're like,
Get the rabble
they're like, "Cushion,
aroused."
that's your cue.
Cushions for the rich.
And all you poor motherfuckers out here.
Find yourselves equal.
Ooh, bold statement.
That is the kind of statement that would get you murdered.
Yes, if you
Oh,
was,
definitely.
You see them looking at each other.
Equally blessed. For I have the pride, the privilege, nay, the pleasure,
Nay, we should start saying nay more.
Nay, yeah.
a knight, sire by night.
Plosives are funny. I learned that in Commedia.
My other favorite Ren Fair word is the way they say comfortable. Comfortable.
Comfortable.
Laboratory.
Look at this rant. I love the tall tale that he's created.
Oh my! I forgot Mark Antony was in this movie. Like James Purefoy, not like the singer.
Thank you.
Next, he amazed me still further in Italy when he saved a marvelous beauty from the would-be ravishings of her dreadful Turkish uncle.
Boo. Yeah, boo this fake uncle. Oof. Paul Bettany is having a great time. Look at him. He's having a great time.
Just to better understand the sound of a whisper.
What does he do these days?
Vision. Marvel.
Oh, is he?
He's the Vision.
Oh, he's Vision. Right.
And he was Jarvis in every movie.
Oh, he did the voice.
Yeah.
Oh.
So fun story about
Right.
him.
That's why Vision.
Of
Yes.
Italian
okay, yeah.
virginity.
When he got the role of Jarvis, he had just got out of a meeting where an actor told him that a producer was basically just like, "You are like done, and you will never work in this town again." And then he went outside, sat on a curb, and like started to cry, and got a call from saying that he got Jarvis.
I love that kind of shit.
which is amazing because he just got paid for doing voice work for like half a decade, and then
Yeah,
he had to
and
put
then he
on a
got
fuck
to
ton
like
of
be the
makeup.
character,
Yeah.
right? Because that's what happened. Like the Jarvis turned into like.
Yeah, turned into the
Jarvis
Vision.
turned
Sorry, I haven't seen all of them.
And
you know.
now they're doing WandaVision, which probably is going to bring back his role.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
back in it. Yeah. They announced
He
it
didn't
at
die. I
Comic-Con.
thought he died in one of them.
Yeah. Now,
Back better than ever.
this is
set in the
important.
50s. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Okay, you know.
This
why
is
not? Exactly.
This is important now because there's a reveal here that's going to come into play later.
God, that Falcon's so good.
The Falcon's doing a great
I
job.
know.
The Falcon's killing it.
I want someone to be
Falcon's about
like.
to EGOT.
I want one person to be listening to this.
It'll be like one like boy was a crush on me back in DC.
I'm like racing for like any play that a Falcon could star in.
Oh shit. The Goldfinch.
Look at this. I love this.
The
This
curious
is very
incident
exciting.
of the Falcon in the nighttime.
The shot is good. Boom. They touch tips and everything.
Also, you're supposed to go for the shoulder, right? In jousting.
No, you have to. The goal is if you knock somebody off their horse, they described it earlier. Again, this movie lays everything
I
out
was in
for
the
you.
bathroom.
No, it's fine. We've been talking shit the whole time. That you but between the neck and the thigh, and then you get like 1 point. If you hit him in the head, you get 2. If you knock him off, you get 3 points.
Yeah,
And they're
but I thought you were supposed to aim like for the shoulder because that's like the way you kind of. I don't know. They can't see what I'm doing.
No, they can't.
And
I'm doing an act out.
explaining what makes Will so amazing is that he doesn't look away. So shards of wood shoot into his face because of the slit in the.
Yeah.
Spaghetti.
Here's where you get.
Yeah, this is all in Italy, by the way.
Right? Like,
The Italian Renaissance.
Yeah, but this is
my man.
he's doing this man a kindness because he's hurt, but he wants to keep his honor intact, so he's nice to him.
I will say, William, this movie is basically just William having nothing but save the dog moments over and over again.
Save what?
Dog?
Save the dog. It's
What does that mean?
it's
Like a
a
hero
script writing
kind of
thing.
thing?
So, like in the early parts of the movie, they
Superman that how?
the hero character will have a save the dog moment to show you that they are kind and you should root for them.
Oh. It's like an easy
easy
shorthand
way.
for them to be a good person.
Yes,
kind of thing.
yeah, and it's all comes from like a famous script writing book that
Once again,
is
Falcon.
where the formula for
Falcon
most movies come
staring
from.
into
these
your
days.
soul.
Screenplay or whatever it's
Screenwriting.
called.
So-
yeah.
yeah.
We're talking about the same book. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on here. Once again, great Falcon work. But there was
Say
that.
goodbye to the Falcon. That's a wrap for the Falcon.
That's another. That's from the MCU also, right? It's Anthony Mackie's character.
Yeah, the Falcon.
Basically, what we're saying is A Knight's Tale is where they got the idea for the MCU.
Yeah, obviously.
It's all right there. It's all right
It
there.
is. Is it Alan? No, Alan Tudyk. Is he not part of the MCU?
Alan Tudyk.
That's. Oh, he's DC.
He's
so he
in
can't do
Doom
it.
Patrol. But he was also.
He's in so much Disney stuff. It's
Yeah.
shocking that he's not in there as a voice.
Well, he's in every. I would
He was
imagine.
in Moana as like
The chicken.
He was the chicken.
Yeah, so
Yeah, there's a
weird to
really
me.
great video of him doing the clucking, and then he just turns and goes, "I went to Juilliard."
I heard him on what's that podcast?
Comedy Bang Bang.
Was that it?
Yeah.
He did.
He was
no,
on.
no,
He's
no,
been
no.
on. He's
WTF.
been on more than one podcast.
No, I think actually now that I'm thinking back, I think it was Chris. What's his name?
The Chris Hardwick one.
Yeah, I think that was it.
yeah.
It was after he did Star Wars.
Yeah, he's in Star Wars
Oh,
too.
yeah.
He's K2SO.
Yeah.
He's in Deadpool 2 as
Who is
the
he in
redneck
Deadpool?
guy.
Oh, okay.
I should
With
probably
Matt
watch that
Damon.
at some point because I accidentally bought it.
Okay, so so this is where the romantic element is coming into play. He's
Very,
wooing
very
her.
Maid Marian.
He's wooing her with his stick work.
Here's the thing. So,
It's how you woo.
famously, high school movies are always played by actors who are not teenagers. They're all way too old. They're
Yeah.
late 20s probably. And now movies in get that are set in medieval times or Game of Thrones and stuff like that. All the actors are way too old because no one lived this long.
No, that's definitely true.
In Game of Thrones, everyone's in their teens.
The characters in the books, the Lannisters, Cersei and all them, they're in their 20s in the books. It's
Yeah.
just that they wanted to cast Peter Dinklage, and so they had to age everyone else up
Yeah.
so they could be believably older than Peter Dinklage.
Oh, really?
That's why, the kids are obviously older
Oh.
because in the books it's 13-year-olds having sex, you know? But that's the reason they aged up the Lannister siblings because they needed Dinklage, obviously, and they needed people who could feasibly be 2
This
years
is-
older than him.
So the lady in waiting just gave a token, like a thing for him to wear when he fights.
Yes.
What's the modern day equivalent of that?
So I just recently saw a tweet joke that I feel is pretty accurate, which is when a streamer mentions your username on Twitch.
I would think kind of the opposite thing is someone wearing their boyfriend's Letterman jacket kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of
But she's giving him a banner for her. She's like, please advertise me while you. So it's like Michael Jordan getting out on the basketball court, almost said ring, with his girlfriend's
no.
scarf on.
No,
Is I think what we're
kind
looking
of,
at here.
But it's
That's
imagine if
Muhammad Ali getting out with boxer shorts that say Jocelyn across the waist.
But what if okay, so it's basically Muhammad Ali versus Frazier, and Jocelyn chose
Frazier, Crane.
you motherfucker, Joe Frazier, famous boxer, a huge
Where's
fighter.
Niles in this?
Kill
There he
him
is.
dead, bitch. All her outfits.
Where's the dog? Where's Eddie?
Her outfits are the sartorial equivalent of
There's
this
the
soundtrack.
fist.
There's the fist.
The Falcon. The Falcon.
Kaboom!
The Falcon is Eddie.
You're right. Her outfits really do not
They
blend
don't
in
fit.
at all.
They are anachronisms, but in a good way.
the whole movie is about anachronisms, though.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the thing with the music and the language and stuff.
But it's to show that we're not so different, them and us.
Yeah.
Medieval times, right now, same thing.
Pretty much.
2001 was an interesting time.
I've seen the news cycle in 2019. I've seen this news cycle in 2019.
Yeah. Well, again, this was made in 2001, which was the Bush years, so basically medieval. Got him.
By the way, speaking, we did find out that this came out 3 months before 9/11. You know what was filmed on 9/11? The Turtle Club scene in Master of Disguise.
Beautiful.
It was shot
the
on the
9/11
day.
of cinema.
I went to see How Did This Get Made with Andrea and my friend Candace and Andrea's
Oh,
girlfriend.
they did Master of Disguise?
They did Master of Disguise.
Man, that
And
show
one
must
of
have
the
been good.
audience members told us this. They were like, yeah, we
Guys,
actually knew but declined to mention it.
missing
The
an-
audience member's like, no, it's fine. You can mention it.
We're missing an incredible showdown here between the two main, the antagonist and the protagonist.
Yeah, I hate fights, so I was just talking about something else.
Huh?
I hate fights, so I was just, I was
They're
like,
not-
oh, this will be a good time to bring that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll talk because actually I was about to say this guy's getting fisted, but he's definitely not because the guy with the tiny fist keeps missing.
Look, the fist is intact.
Fist.
The tiny fist.
That's yeah.
I am
cheering.
very shocked to find out after
Erlich von
18 years of
Lichtenstein.
not seeing this that the tiny fist is not Heath Ledger's thing.
It's not. It's
Because I remember
yeah.
that from the trailer and stuff. It's the bad man's thing.
It's the
Yeah,
bad
so
man.
it's a joke about, his tiny whatever.
His tiny fist.
Here we go. I like how everyone's just like hanging out, waiting for something to happen.
Is he getting like
You know
a
what's also
major
funny?
running start?
Those horses don't have any idea they're in a movie.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? Like the horses have
I
no
thought you-
idea that the movie is it's
No,
a
they're
movie.
in it to win it. They're
I thought you
committed.
were going to say they had no idea they're in a jousting match, but then you said a movie, which adds another layer onto this.
Sir Davos is very upset of the animal
Boom!
treatment in this
Headshot.
movie.
Okay, here we go. Flashback. He got hit in the head so hard
That he
That-
had a memory.
that it
He
knocked a
remembers
memory
being
loose.
Arya Stark in the first episode of Game of Thrones.
I understand that because I've seen that episode.
It's literally almost the same shot.
Yeah. I'm telling you, this movie incepted the MCU and Game of Thrones.
Oh my shit.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones
Yeah.
showrunners were horny as hell for A Knight's Tale.
Look, this is basically the most blatant thing. This is like in every movie where girls can't do whatever. This is like a poor person. They just like call it out.
A poor
poor.
kid, a poor boy with long hair who's basically
I'm
a
going to
girl.
also say this movie has great dad stuff in it.
Yeah.
This movie is so much dad stuff. The dad stuff will make you cry. I will cry in this basement of the Creek in the Cave tonight.
He's really flopping around on that horse, but I guess I would be too if I got punched in the face with a lance
Yeah.
on horseback.
Yeah, that's like the idea.
And he shows up like, "What up, bitch? Here's that token you had." Gain more bearing. Can we
He's the
start?
villain.
Can we bring that
Okay.
back? Gain more bearing, Mike. Gain more bearing.
Gain more bearing. I'll fong you in the arse. That was a line in this movie.
It's also something I heard someone say last Friday.
So, also,
hey,
the game
Not
is-
really. I was doing nothing last Friday. I was watching A Knight's Tale.
So this is a
The
like-
gayness in this movie, though, if there is any, it is between, like, there is definitely fan fiction about Chaucer and Alan Tudyk's character.
Whose
Watt.
name is Watt.
Yes.
Watt, yeah.
I picked that up from the subtitles.
This is my favorite.
Yeah, what?
This guy who just won, this ancillary character that just won, the best name. His name is Pandolfo Malatesta. I like that name a lot. I don't know why. I don't like that guy. What's that guy's story, huh? What about these other guys?
Pandolfo, he came from Italy.
Pandolfo.
And you can see Heath Ledger's mad right now. He's tense.
He's related to the disguises
Because
from the Master
he's
of
winning the sword.
Disguise.
He's winning the
That
sword.
was just for me. Sorry.
And he's so horny for the jousting. It's not enough for him.
One of them, did they get like frankincense, myrrh, and gold? Like, what are these prizes?
They're winning like gold
One guy
statues
has a
and
tiny box.
treasures. Yeah.
One guy has a statue. And
This is
he's got-
England. Spices
Oh wait, guys,
are
hold on.
super
Hold on.
in.
This is very important. You've been weighed, you've been measured, and you've been found wanting.
Great line.
Great line.
From this?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
There's a lot of this movie. I feel like now that I'm seeing it, we should be saying a lot.
Yeah, I mean, fong you in the arse, number one with a bullet, and then Nay, Sol. See, this was all to win back that Chaucer money so he can pay off these skeevy dudes.
Have they done
Bulk
the
and
new-
Skull.
Have they? Yeah, there's Bulk and Skull.
That guy's mullet is out of hand, by the way. Look at that.
So there's a point here where
These
Chaucer's
guys are
about
druids.
to mock them, and half-remembered commentary. What he says he's going to like write them into their stories, and apparently Chaucer has like these buffoon characters that show up in his stories, and that's what these characters
Yeah.
are supposed to
Are
be.
you looking at me because I
This
said I read
great you
Canterbury
in
Tales
fiction.
one time?
I'm saying because you came in here all great about I want to talk about Chaucer.
No, he's looking at you because you're a buffoon.
a buffoon.
Toby's canceled.
Did they
Yeah.
do the new armor yet?
No, this is coming
Okay.
now. This is
Okay.
coming now. Yeah.
Lady Black.
Oh, that's right. She only
She has
repairs
ideas.
armor, right?
Not only that, she has revolutionary ideas. You'll see.
Yeah, she can make armor you don't even know you wore it. It's the
Yeah.
Emperor's new armor.
I'm gonna wait until the reveal of this armor, and then I'm gonna run and pee.
Good. That's fine. Yeah.
And you, the listener, can run and pee with me.
Well, you can also pause both the movie and the sound, the thing.
No, if I'm not,
It's
pausing-
2019. Isn't everybody watching on their phone and a tablet right now? And they
I
can
would
just take them
imagine
both
so.
to the bathroom.
Some of those people are peeing right now. Maybe I should be peeing right now while we're
Take the mic with you and just talk.
There's a zero. I mean, it's a non-zero number of people that are probably watching and listening to this on the toilet.
So we just want you all to know that you're seen. We understand you.
There's nothing. We're not judging you. Oh, this is
Is
great.
she hitting on him?
I also
no.
It's
Yeah.
a really weird gap between these roles for her. I can't think of any other movies that she's done besides
that
this
lady,
and The
right?
Artist.
I had no
Right?
idea who she was.
Yeah, she's
very pretty.
Yeah, she's the gal from The Artist. Like,
She's French, right?
oh yeah.
Okay. Here's the thing. I love the premise of this where it's like he's got to make him an outfit. So all of a sudden Mark Addy is a seamstress, you know? Like there's nothing, and everyone's just like, yeah, sure.
Is it interesting or is it nothing that we don't have a like male coded version of the word seamstress?
This is a seamster.
Is it?
A seamster?
That sounds like an app.
It does sound like an app.
Yeah.
This sounds like an app to find someone to sew your clothes for you.
Yeah.
Seamster. Hey, Mike, do you want to...
That's actually not a bad app
Toby
idea.
and I...
TM.
Toby and I have been doing a lot of commentary. Do you want to call any other guests to the microphone?
Let's see who else wants to come up. Dan, would you like to, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Dan Perlman. That microphone's right over there.
John, pass this.
Dan Perlman's been
John.
hanging out. What's up, buddy?
Oh, I have to hold mics, people.
Yeah.
That's my co-hosting duty.
Dan, thank you so much. You're hanging out here to freak with us. We're watching A Knight's Tale. What's your experience with this movie, this Heath Ledger classic, 2001?
This is Heath Ledger.
Yes. It's,
I have no experience with this movie. Can I tell you my main Heath Ledger anecdote?
yeah.
Obviously, other than the fact that whichever one of the Olsen twins murdered him, that was very
One
very-
of the
very
one of the Olsen
unfortunate.
twins murdered him is what the thing is.
So when I was on a flight and when Heath Ledger had died, and everyone on the plane started crying. Everyone on the plane started crying
Really?
How did everyone know?
because they had TVs on the thing. It was.
Oh, I thought the captain came on the intercom and was like, this
I was literally. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what was
Emotional
going on.
turbulence coming up, folks. Heath Ledger's dead.
I was so scared because I was asleep.
Oh, no.
And I wake up, and this woman next to me is sobbing, and I see other people crying, and I'm like, holy shit. Did I miss some announcement?
Yeah,
like
are we going
crashing?
down?
We
Yeah.
lost power.
And I'm like, I'm
all the
so-
oxygen masks are
And then I
out.
was like, I grabbed her by the shoulder. I'm like, what? I'm sorry, what's going on? What's going on? And she was like, Heath Ledger is dead. And I was like, what?
Like
we're
of
not
all
gonna-
the things
so-
you could have heard.
So we're not going to be dead, is
And then
what I'm hearing.
It went from like me being genuinely
Please
scared.
welcome back John from the bathroom.
It went from me being genuinely scared to like, oh, you're a bunch of pussies. What are you talking about?
I also
Heath Ledger?
think. Well, I'm a firm believer that altitude makes people more emotional.
That's 100% true. I was
On an
just
airplane, you will cry and laugh at things that you would never cry and laugh at on the ground.
1,000%. I was just talking earlier today
Yes.
about somebody. Yes, apparently someone told me earlier today that it literally changes, the altitude changes your flavor and taste also.
Really?
That's why people will down like cranberry juice or whatever when they're up there. And that's
I will
why
also say, like,
I've seen Wild Wild West, the Will Smith movie.
Yes.
I've seen that movie twice in the sky, and both times I'm convinced it's one of the great films ever made. I saw it round trip, and I was like, I love this
opposite
movie.
effect on me.
Go ahead.
Most movies that I watch on a plane, I end up hating.
Really?
Most. Except for Happy Death Day, which I watched with Brendan on the plane. Happy Death Day is fucking great.
I'll tell you, my thing is, I get extra. We're missing so much good romance stuff.
Yeah, we're about to hear a David Bowie.
Is that who is that?
That's Heath Ledger.
And who's this? So
Shannon Sossaman.
Yeah, Shannon Sossaman. She's the love interest.
she kind of looks like Zoe Kravitz.
So he's pretending to be a knight, stolen valor. He's a fake knight, and he's got to show us a dance of his homeland to keep the ruse up.
But but obviously he doesn't have a dance of his homeland. 'Cause he's from London, the liar.
Why is
Gelder is when they chop the.
He's from Gelderland.
why is he lying to everybody?
Because he wants to be a knight, but he's a poor man.
Because he's a peasant.
Well, who
Yeah.
among us doesn't? You know what I mean?
Also, gotta say, the
Yeah.
outfit they made out of the tent, very good.
Yeah, I do genuinely like that jacket.
Yeah, this scene is great. I love the David Bowie dance number. Her hair, fucking great.
She 100% is does not look like anybody else in that fucking
Oh
room.
no, she is.
Jared from the Labyrinth for the David Bowie.
And
Yeah, Jared from the Labyrinth.
and what is he really?
He is a poor man's son, and he was a squire for a knight that died. And then they just have him. He's like, I'll pretend to be him.
I love the very handsome poor men that exist in movies,
Yes,
right?
that is a very common trope. The most handsome poor dude.
There's always a Good Will Hunting, a movie I like, but it's like Matt Damon's like this janitor, and it's like, what?
He's like
Like the most beautiful janitor I've ever seen.
yeah.
I'm sorry, you're like a 20-year-old, beautiful, handsome, blonde-haired.
Yeah.
When it was fashionable, Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Yes, exactly.
Janitor, get the fuck outta here.
At the beginning of this movie, they gave this guy dreadlocks and a hobo beard, which is the male equivalent of the overalls and glasses, the ponytail and glasses.
That's a very.
It's the very similar concept. Then he shaves and he gets rid of the dreadlocks, and it's fucking Heath Ledger under there. Like it wasn't super
That's
handsome Heath Ledger before.
The male equivalent of like you take glasses off Halle Berry, and it's
Yes.
like, oh, she's pretty. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I had no idea you
Oh,
were.
when you take Amy Adams out of the wrinkled, extra large shirt, she's actually attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then now
drop,
here comes
David Bowie.
the David Bowie Golden Years, which it feels like it.
Also, the dancing completely changes. I love it so much.
I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, "What the fuck?" I had completely forgotten that I had already heard Queen and Lowrider and all that shit. It would have been great if they cut to like the band and it's
Yeah.
literally like David Bowie and electric guitars and shit like that.
She's already in cosplay,
This is also one of my favorite tropes. Everyone knows the moves.
Yeah, absolutely.
The choreographed dance number.
Well, that's the thing is, it starts out with him teaching them the dance, but they all immediately just start doing the dance.
Yeah, they got it. There's a very real oh look, he's overwhelmed. He's overwhelmed by how outclassed he is.
The
That's the movie with Freddie Prinze Jr. and Rachel Lee Cook that we're talking
She's all that.
She's all. Can we? So real quick, can we go back to Heath Ledger's death?
Yeah, please.
So, I recently learned something, which back in the day I did know this. People were like, "Oh, the role of the Joker killed him because it twisted him." But then I found out that the reason that started was because Jack Nicholson said it, and you're like, "Jack Nicholson, calm the fuck down."
Yeah.
You put makeup on and then was Jack Nicholson for a while.
Yeah.
There was actually an interview.
That's stupid.
Yes,
this is dumb.
The Nike thing on the Nike thing on the armor is very dumb. But also the fact that she's like knows this secret forging process that only she knows, and she can make the armor light.
No, that's great. The Nike swoosh specifically is a dumb thing.
You know, we're going back to Heath Ledger, like on Dark Knight. Like Michael Jai White, the guy who played Spawn and Black Dynamite and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He was a bad guy in that movie, and he was like, when on set, like all those stories that you hear about how like haunted he was by the character were bullshit. He did an interview, I forgot with who, but it was on YouTube. I saw it, and he was like, "Yeah, they were skateboarding him and Christian Bale. Like, there's that picture of him doing a kickflip over Christian Bale.
Yeah,
Batman, like full Batman makeup, full Joker." They were straight up like dicking around the whole time. They were having a good time, and they were like improving a lot, and it was like a fun set.
Yeah,
he was doing the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus when he died.
Yes,
and that's when everyone kind of like came in and pretended to be him. Like, a bunch of different people play his character.
I think that also like, it's just this. If anybody is cursed by the Joker, it's Jared Leto because his career definitely was hurt by it.
Yeah. Also, he's a fucking creep.
No, his career was hurt by Me Too.
Yeah. He's a.
I didn't know he was pulled into that at all.
Yeah, he's a pedophile. Allegedly, I'll say for my podcast, I will say allegedly. I don't. Someone said.
I had no idea.
But see, that's the thing is, I never hear anybody saying. Sorry, I never hear anybody saying that in their complaints of Jared Leto. Mostly, it's just that he's a method actor, and people find that annoying.
What was it that you were gonna say, Dan?
I was gonna say, but I had no idea people had such an emotional response to Heath Ledger until after he was gone.
It was because in certain, like after Brokeback Mountain and and since the Joker was out when he died, like the Dark Knight movie was like this revolutionary thing for him.
Also,
that there was Oscar buzz, and then he was dead.
But there are those
and
people where
he was
it's
also
like,
a teen heartthrob.
But you don't find out. There are some people where it's like, like Michael Jackson. It's like you knew when that guy died, it was going to be, everyone would lose their minds.
Yeah.
But there are some people where it's like they die and it's like, oh, I didn't know so many of you like this person. You know what I mean? Like, where have you been?
This is also one of my favorite ones. They were like fucking with him just the whole time.
That guy had a falcon. You shouldn't fuck with him.
Yeah.
His falcon will claw your face out. But no, the thing with like, I would say Heath Ledger and Michael Jackson were probably like the only times I remember like random people coming up to me and being like, whoa, this person died. Because like I remember where I was when I found out Michael Jackson died, and I was on a SEPTA bus on the way back into the suburbs in Philly.
Oh, wow.
And I was looking at Twitter. But then like the next day, like women were coming up to me in the streets crying and begging for my copy of the newspaper that had his death announced.
Oh, yeah. What? Hold on, just one second, because this is happening. This is important. What's happening in the story? What's happening in the story is important because he's declining. He's withdrawing, and that could only mean one thing.
That it's the prince. It's the king.
No, he's the prince.
Okay.
It's royalty. Yeah. See, like they're freaking out. One thing. Royalty. And then that was the guy. That's the dog he saved at the beginning. That's the guy that he gave.
Incorrect.
No, he let him be charitable.
Not
That's
the same
draw.
person.
It's the same guy.
No, it's not.
It's 100% the same guy.
It's the same fucking helmet.
It's the same dude. It's that Purefoy guy or whatever his name is. James Purefoy. It's that same dude.
Because they don't bring that up later. They bring up this part later.
No. They bring up this part, but also the other part. Because he says, I knew it was you. And then it's like, because Colville is the name of that other guy that he let off easy with a draw.
Okay.
Yeah. What were you going to say, Toby?
Oh yeah, Heath Ledger. That the big thing was that he died right when he was like becoming an Oscar-winning actor. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like he was going to have this great career, and he died then. You know?
Right. Yeah, that the potential's good because he was in Brokeback Mountain and then he was in the Dark Knight and there was a bunch of other stuff that was like, getting him like closer to Oscar caliber performance. It's fake? Yeah. Well, that's a bummer. Yeah. So he fought him.
Yes.
No, the dude that he just fought, that guy. That guy's the prince. Yeah, see, it's a man of honor thing, right? Yeah.
Now we're all just taking in this moment.
Yeah, no, I mean, I told you at a certain point it would just end up with this commentary track would just be us watching the movie.
It's beautiful. So this was
he references there that he had to withdraw. That was from the before fight. So he knows that that's the same guy.
Is this movie like acclaimed, or is it more just like fans love it because they love him?
I think it's.
I
think it's.
I always took it that he's just saying like thank you for not withdrawing because everybody else withdraws when they know it's him.
But in the first fight, it's not in with to withdraw.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
It's the thing. But this movie, I don't know the general consensus because I just like it. You know what I mean? Like this is one of those movies that
you saw it as a kid.
It's a fun time.
I think the movie was popular when it came out, and then it's since just kind of died away.
Yeah.
Because it's a novelty.
Beyonce here win.
Again, she's.
It's very weird which ones have staying power, especially the ones from like teen heartthrobby people, you know?
Yeah.
You never know what's going to be like a Mean Girls and what's going to be some fucking one we all forget.
Although,
you know?
I think this movie,
Bynes shit.
if it popped up in Netflix, I think it would have a weird resurgence.
Yeah.
Because there is a generation of people that do not know this movie, and it's aged well.
Yeah, you either die a Mean Girls or live long enough to become an Amanda Bynes.
Yeah.
You got you. There's this movie is. I wouldn't say it's like a good film, but it's a fun movie.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's like
That's
this.
all
I think
that
there's like a lot of pressure now. Oh, he pulled away and he got rocked.
So much spaghetti.
Some movies should just be fun.
Okay, that is a real person that's getting yanked. That's I think this
by
is
a
great.
horse, by a real ass horse that does not know this is a movie.
Yeah, the horse does not know it's acting. What was the outfit that you saw that you wanted?
I'll show you. I'll point it out when it happens. It's in a gambling scene, I believe. A gambling and drinking scene.
Gotcha.
I think I just like its colors, you know?
Fair enough. Now, Dan, would you say that this is something you would recommend to other people?
This movie?
Yeah. From what you've seen of it so far. You've never seen this before, right?
Never once. Who am I talking to?
Who would you recommend this movie to?
I would recommend it to, let's say I had a cousin who like a teenage or preteen or something, and and they're talking about Instagram or TikTok or whatever, and I'm like, you know what? Put the phone down and watch The White Knight, or what's it called?
A Knight's Tale.
A Knight's Tale.
Yeah,
and enjoy that. I think that's what I would recommend it to, more than anybody else.
Just a young person who hasn't seen it. Because I will say, like it's not like there's any real special effects that can go age poorly. You know what I mean? Like,
right?
Yeah, it's all practical.
It's all practical. They're blowing.
It's all spaghetti. You know, spaghetti all the way down.
It's balsa wood and spaghetti.
These ones like these, they're very 90s. They'll always be fun.
Yeah,
like a Hook. You know, remember Hook?
Hook, yes.
Those movies will always be able to be on TNT. And that's what you need those movies, you know?
That's a fair assessment.
I will say that I feel like Heath Ledger is weirdly the most probably of the time looking thing in the movie.
Yeah.
Because just looking at him, I'm just like, oh, that's just clearly the early 2000s.
That's
it's an early 2000s pretty boy.
That's a very this is what a handsome movie star looks like in that time.
A handsome
That's-
teen movie, like
teen
a young
movie star.
man,
like
young
Brad
movie star.
Pitt. They all had this haircut. They all looked like this. Yes, 100%.
They all looked like poor knights, poor peasants pretending to be knights.
pretending to be knights, which we're all doing that to an extent.
Right now, they're
Yeah.
all They're
pretending.
currently working together to write a love letter / poetry.
That's what I'm saying. Look how many people it takes to make a fake knight. You know what I mean? Like it takes a village. You know, like they're all
That's
friends.
right.
They're all doing their part. Yeah. Yeah, it takes and then look. Well, Mark Addy is the romantic. He's contributing the most. Geoffrey Chaucer is adapting. He's plagiarizing.
It's like a trope in pastoral narratives to have the hot main duo, and then to have the maid and the guy's best friend be like the next the comic romantic duo. So
Yeah.
they're they're leaning into that real hard.
Well, that's the whole thing about every romantic comedy. The trope is to be the have the friend. You know, yeah. It's absolutely even in I remember my mom would watch Pride and Prejudice all the time. This PBS version of Pride and Prejudice all the time.
Yeah, literally every woman I know in my life has watched that.
Yeah, and and it becomes this whole thing of even then you'll be like, oh yeah, this is just the same setup. Love should end with hope. Boom.
Yeah, because the people listening to this, if you are listening to this, do not realize that we're watching this pretty much without sound.
Well, we're watching with subtitles because we don't want to. I don't want the sound to bleed in to the recording.
Okay,
but it's you can tell what's going on. And look how emotional she's reading this group letter.
Yeah. Well, they're all just posing as the Knight William. Ulrich. I'm sorry, Ulrich.
Ulrich, you see, he said William. He can't be himself.
And his flower literally deflates.
He literally, yeah.
That's not a euphemism.
That did happen.
Yeah. I mean, that's like sending.
There is a little gay coming up. I forgot. Very little gay.
I knew it. I knew there was gay in here somewhere.
Extremely little gay.
Because every movie I check isthedoggay.com. I need to know.
Is the dog gay? Is this a real thing?
No, are you familiar with does the dog die.com? Because you can check if there's a dog death in any movie, so I'm saying isthedoggay.com.
Okay. Dude, are you kidding me?
Oh, really? You can check a lot of things?
Also, I kind of want this coat too. That coat's amazing.
Look at that.
That's
look
a
at
coat.
Chaucer's coat. That's pretty dope.
But no, Brendan, we're going to make isthedoggay.com.
Yeah.
At the very least, we're going to make a Twitter account that's that.
Isthedoggay.com.
Is the dog gay? It's like the.
Because there's a Twitter account that I follow a lot, which is Can You Pet the Dog? Which
Can
is
you
for video
pet the
games?
dog?
Which is it's just reporting in video games if you can pet the dogs that are in them.
And I will say this: I spent more than a fair share amount of time, my fair share of time, petting all the dogs in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Here we go. Hold on.
Oh, right, there is
Please
a moment.
give it to me.
Send, yeah. What did she send to him?
The gay.
That's not gay.
She sent the
Gentleman
gay.
kissing his gentleman friend on behalf of a lady friend.
And Heath Ledger
In my mind,
he
it was
seemed
such
pretty
a
happy
small
about it.
pet. For early 2000s, that's pretty gay.
That's true. You know what? 2001.
But I will say, in my mind, it was like a much. It was like Frenching. It was like way more explicit.
Yeah.
Alan Tudyk lies on his back and Heath Ledger fucks him.
There it is. There's Heath Ledger or Alan Tudyk's coat. I want that coat.
Oh, okay.
Alan Tudyk, I know you're listening to this. Give me your fucking coat.
in all fairness, I did tag him in the promotion for this. So if he walks in right now, that would be pretty cool.
Alan Tudyk, give me your coat.
Is the main antagonist?
I know the props gave it to you.
Is the main antagonist not around for tournaments because he's fighting an actual war?
Yes, that's the whole
he's
point.
using his knight skills to actually do.
Yeah, that's actually something that's happening.
Not entertain
There's
people.
a line in it that the prince, the same guy that this dude fought, sent him to reposition the troops in another place. Like, I don't know if he's fighting a battle, but for sure he's off and doing
off
military
doing
things. Because I guess like he didn't fight him or something. I don't know.
John, I would also. But sorry, side note, I would take Chaucer's coat over Alan's coat.
Well, that's what I think I'm evolving.
I mean,
because
Watt's
I
coat.
love Alan Tudyk. I like the colors of Alan Tudyk's coat, but Chaucer's coat's amazing. You know what? Give me both, but make sure they fit Robert Baratheon before you get them. Like, get them tailored for me, please.
Actually, let me get Watt's coat with Mark Addy's vest under it.
That is a great line. We just missed it. It's like they're making a bet with the French, and then they're like, we will win because the Pope is French. And then he's like, well, the Pope may be French, but Jesus is English.
I love this little cheer they do, this song. It makes me very happy.
Yeah.
He's
It comes
blonde,
from
he's tan,
Gelderland.
he comes from Gelderland.
We missed it, but yeah.
It'll come back. That's
And
literally
now-
just a soccer hooligan chant. Yeah. Ooh, is this Notre Dame? Because that burned down.
Was that just like intense CGI?
Burn some.
That is fake for sure.
What, the reflection?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but him standing out front of it also looked super fake.
Maybe it might have been green screened in.
Maybe. Oh, look, he walked in.
I guarantee this movie probably did not film in Paris. I don't think this movie had
Well, yeah.
that budget.
Also, like, if this were the real Notre Dame, this shot would include like the gift shop and stuff,
Probably, yeah.
and a bunch of tourists with cameras. You do have to exit through the gift shop. You
Is
can't
this-
just confess in the middle of a church. That's not how it works.
This is definitely also the same church that he rode a horse into earlier.
It's just rebranded,
It's the same
reskinned.
set.
Yeah.
Gain some bearing. What was the thing we're gonna say now?
You've been found.
No, gain some.
Gain
some bearing.
Gain some bearing.
I think.
Fonging.
Fong you in the arse.
He said it again. He said fonging.
Fonging in the arse.
fonging. And then, what was it? You have been found wanting. You've been weighed. You've been measured. You've been found wanting.
Yep, you've been weighed, you've been measured, you have been found wanting.
Can I read the sentence that IMDb uses to sum up this movie?
Yeah, absolutely, please.
After his master dies, a peasant squire, fueled by his desire for food and glory, creates a new identity for himself as a knight.
For food and glory.
I am going to...
You know, on Maslow's hierarchy of needs, it's like food, glory.
Yeah. What are the needs being met? Food. Number one, food. Number two, obviously glory. Number three.
It makes it sound like he was hungry and kind of bored. It was like, I guess I have to compete in this tournament to get bread.
Every time I apply to something and they ask me to give a brief bio about myself, I am going to say I am fueled by my need for food and glory.
When you get a new job and they're like,
Not share that with the class.
yeah, when they're like, what's your ideal salary? Do you hand them a piece of paper that just says food and glory?
Food and glory. Here's the thing. So she's demanding that he speak all those lovely words that he wrote in the letter, but he can't.
He's a dumbass peasant.
He also, real quick, got so mad earlier in this movie.
Yes.
He was like really throwing a hissy fit because Adamar wouldn't fight him. And he
Right.
threw his helmet down and he called her a silly girl.
Right.
And now he's back.
Well, this
from
is what
outer
happened
space.
to prove his love. But what the problem is that this is like when you plagiarize a report and then you have to give the oral presentation afterwards, and you're like,
yeah.
I didn't learn anything.
Classic Cyrano de Bergerac and all that.
Yeah. Oh, she asked him to lose. That's right.
Yeah, she asked him to lose to prove her love.
Oh. Her
his
sleeves
love.
are amazing.
Yeah.
Also, look at Belle from Beauty and the Beast in the
Yeah.
background.
This shot is great. It's like one long time. This is great.
Yeah,
this is
I
actually
love-
very good. That was the first cut.
I love that she yells at that priest, where she's like, "How dare you shush me, but not him? Fuck you."
She could be at any concert in 2001, like any scene kid.
Oh yeah. Oh, she's also at Coachella now. Like
Yeah, she's at like a Nightwish concert, you know?
Wow.
And also she's the lead singer.
Nightwish.
Rasputina. She's the lead singer of Rasputina.
The
Or
Italian
she's a big fan
virginity.
of that band, the Rasmus.
I love the fucking Let's Get Ready to Rumble.
Oh, okay.
that was just a great shot.
Yeah.
So he apparently
He's having
fucked his
so much
throat
fun.
up by like yelling so much in this movie. He got laryngitis.
Oh wow. Yeah, I was just thinking.
His nude scene was shot on his first day in front of a crowd of extras, and the movie is about. There's a period in Chaucer's life where historians have no idea what happened. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed it. Yeah. So it's supposed to be said then. That's just fun. I like that.
Look at what he does. He just rolls out there, and he's about to take it.
I love their green outfits.
I like that
Matching
they always
outfits.
match. And
Lust on a pole, emotions
Just
on objects. She is into it.
This is her kink.
that is absolutely her
Ooh,
kink.
it's conflict on the post now.
She likes watching a man get beat up.
She doesn't
She's
know
horny for it.
She doesn't know what
me.
she's horny for.
Yeah, you're right. Chaucer's coat's amazing. Jesus Christ.
The moral of the story, I know it's got the fur trim. Bitch, see me in the club in that.
we should do a group Halloween costume as these people. We should do a group Halloween costume or like Comic-Con thing where
Alice will be the Falcon.
I think we'll just look like the saddest group of LARPers.
it doesn't matter. The people who get it will get it.
Okay. I feel like if we're gonna do a costume for one of the movies that you've done, Hackers is the one we do.
Ooh, Hackers is a good one. Well, I'll tell you this: if we do,
People can get haircuts, Toby.
I would 100% do the costumes, but we have to walk around doing the chant of "It comes from Gelderland,
Yeah.
Liechtenstein." Yeah, we'd have to do it.
Did you guys share earlier that Gelderland's a real place? And they didn't know that, and so every time every time they made that reference in the Netherlands, like the audience would like lose their mind because like they thought it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the people who wrote the movie thought it was a fake place. It was a joke about like the gelding thing.
Oh,
But like,
Why is this match going on so long?
it's a much more.
You have to see how
important-
much he's losing.
Look how she gets off on that.
Also, this movie's about the birth. This movie's about the birth of fixing fights.
Oh, that's right. They gambled. He convinced them to throw all their money down on this one particular fight, or joust, or whatever.
The lady likes it because it's romantic.
dude, this is fucking insane. Did you guys say this earlier that the home video version was recalled because there was a preview of Spider-Man that
Yes.
included a shot of the World Trade Center?
Right, because Spider-Man trailer, the original Spider-Man trailer had a spider web between the Twin Towers.
So that must have actually like fucked them in terms because
Yeah.
like back then
fails,
like
yeah.
the video release used to be a really big deal.
Can I just say
Damn.
this thing that they're using to reset his shoulder looks like it would be very like I would like that. I'd pay
Yes.
for that.
Anytime I see
Actually,
someone,
I literally want that right now. My
Anytime-
finger's like really fucked up.
anytime they show like the medieval the rack that stretches you,
Yeah,
I'm
like,
always like,
oh.
that looks
I'm like,
great.
yes, please.
That looks really good.
Please make me taller.
Crack.
Oof. God, that's so
Yeah.
satisfying. And
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Like I know it's supposed to be painful and it would probably hurt like hell, but man.
yeah, I actually need to get my shoulder pulled out and like
Yeah.
put
If
back
you're
in
living-
currently.
You gotta
so.
you gotta just start jousting at
I
Ren
guess
fairs.
so.
Just start.
Just come over here. If you're listening to this, come here.
Okay, hold on
come
a
to
second,
the city
because
and
this is
pull
the-
on me
this
like a
is-
Stretch Armstrong.
This is incredibly frustrating.
Shrek Armstrong.
This is incredibly frustrating. She says, "If you love me now, you won't lose. You'll win." This lady is completely manipulative and
I
getting
don't
off on this
lose.
whole thing.
I win.
Yeah, she is a dom.
She is.
dumb.
Oh my god, who is that goth right there? What is happening?
I did not see them.
I saw the goth. The goth is a lot. It's also a lot to like toy with somebody's whole career and stuff for your whims.
That does look beautiful. Like I really do think it like that's love. Imagine you're out there all day, you just like by a nice little peaceful river and like fucking around in medieval times.
I wish my old roommate were here because he's like a full-time extra. That's his whole job. And he could explain to us why being an extra in this movie would probably suck a lot.
Well, I could tell you that. We both do that.
Yeah, okay.
I was like, thanks a lot.
No, I know
Yeah,
you
we're all
guys
here.
are both extras, but I'm just saying you also have other things you do. This is his.
No. I'll tell you.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you. I've been on. So I had to do like a 12-hour day on like a beach from sunrise to sunset. And helmet goes off.
No,
Flying
the guy's head
into
is
the
for sure in there.
crowd.
Oh, and if you catch the helmet,
To be fair, if you caught the helmet, you could sell that and probably feed your family for 3 years.
well, it's sort of a choice thing. You either sell it to feed your family, get the food, or you put it on and get the glory. But you can't get both.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a food or glory
It's a
situation.
I see. You know how I'm always trying to
quick.
do like merchandise for this show. Like I'm gonna make a T-shirt that just says "Food and Glory," and that's it. Like I just want it to say
What I
"Food
like
and Glory."
about that, though, is it's not a reference to the movie. It's a reference to the IMDb summary of the movie.
it's not. It's
The tagline for the movie,
tagline.
Oh, okay. I thought
it's a
IMDb wrote
tagline?
that.
or not tagline, but the summary, the plot summary.
The plot summary.
No, that can't be official.
Yeah, I feel like
That's
this is
so
what
long.
IMDb,
cares? We're gonna do
IMDb,
it.
brief side note. IMDb has an elaborate system of tags, which I'm very into, including title spoken by character, which I don't think people talk about.
Toby, can you find what
Important category.
the taglines for this movie were?
I actually collected a few of them earlier.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Is he texting right now?
This is.
He's got his hands. He is texting.
It did look like he was texting. We're gonna see. This is the culmination of all of this
Romance.
all of this romance.
Here we go. These are the taglines.
Oh, she's here to give him his prize.
Here,
And
Toby,
it's
get on my-
that.
I'm sorry. They are.
Yeah, here you go, Toby.
They're gonna bone.
Moanin'. Okay, so I already bookmarked this. These are the taglines. From peasant to knight, one man can change his stars. The next
the
one
changing
is
the stars
Changing
thing.
the next one is he will rock you.
Amazing.
Okay.
And then the last one is really dumb. He didn't make the rules, he was born to break them. But he will rock you. It's very good.
Is it okay? It's he will rock you or Heath will rock you.
No.
You know that it was he, but Heath would be much better.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, this I'm kind of fascinated because like only one of those taglines implies that they watched the movie at all.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my god. The last one is so fucking generic. It could be like literally any movie.
yeah,
It
that
could be-
one person
it
watched
could
the
be
trailer and
any
like
single movie that's ever existed.
they were like, "Oh, we will rock
Damn,
you's in the
girl.
trailer. We got it. Okay, he will rock you."
Wait, hold on a second. We're missing the part. Did he get cock blocked by all the injuries that she put him through?
Yeah.
She's legit a dom.
He just said, "Damn, girl."
This pain is my doing.
Is that the cool noble lady?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
chick.
that's the
That's
noble
the foxy lady.
It's not like all of a sudden in the room with someone else.
I know you can't tell because her outfit's a
exactly.
little tame.
Yeah, very normal outfit, very boring. She's got no highlights in her hair.
This
She
well, that
does
we
have a
can
lot
see.
of curls, though.
It's very dimly lit. He's beat the fuck up. That's a rough one. That's a rough one. If you get beat up like that and then you have to perform sexually, that's good for him.
Which is again what I'm saying. It's like really a lot to toy with somebody's career, future, and body to be like,
Yeah.
oh, if you love me, let someone hit you with a stick.
Is like
A lot.
I have internal hemorrhaging, but also come ride me. You know, like
She's
like
a
get
woman
down.
in medieval times. Pretty much, she's being hit with a stick all day.
Pretty much.
Thanks,
they're
John.
going back to London.
Incredible.
They're going back to. John,
Are they crossing like the English Channel
John, I
in
need
the
you to
dark?
brace for impact
By the
for
way,
the
this was
dad
shot-
All
stuff
the
that's
dad
about to
stuff.
happen.
This was shot in Czech Republic, by the way.
Czech
That's- yeah.
Republic, yes.
Oh, this is the upcoming dad stuff? Here it
Upcoming
comes.
dad stuff. Here's a flashback. Flashback to crossing this very foggy river.
Yeah, it's never not foggy.
That's it. I have no understanding of the geography of London. So all of this like ferry work that's happening here with the chains, I don't understand.
Is this just supposed to be right by London, or are they crossing from France to England?
There's canals and stuff. I don't.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be honest with you. I don't like medieval. I'm not brushed up on my medieval London methods of transportation.
John, wait. What the fuck are you talking about? You don't understand London. You saw Spider-Man Far From Home?
Oh yeah, good point. Good point.
It's just it's a system of locks the way it is in Georgetown. So like
here's here's the dumb thing that that sticks out in my mind. Do you know who that actor is?
Which one?
Okay, the guy who played Sir Hector, that guy.
Definitely
he's so familiar, and I don't know.
He is Little John in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Oh,
Right?
That's not where I know him from.
I
gotta look that up.
I only remember that because for a long time, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves is the only tape we had in the house. So we watched Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
That's Costner, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
many times.
That's the reason that he says in Men in Tights, unlike other Robin Hoods, I speak with an English accent.
Yeah, because Kevin Costner does not. And then so essentially he's selling his boy off to this knight.
Well, don't worry. This knight dies at the beginning of this movie.
Oh, is this the knight that is dead?
Yes, this is the corpse.
That guy's
How?
dead.
This guy's like already old.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a knight.
that's why he's a corpse.
Oh, okay.
Like looking him up and down and stuff. It's like,
Well,
That's what. No, I was about to, say something that would
to
make
be
me
fair,
sound really
if you're
bad.
a poor kid, like okay, think of Sword in the Stone. Remember Disney's Sword in the
The kid had
Stone?
two different
Yeah.
color eyes, and they didn't.
What is happening over there,
Nothing.
guys? Come on, man.
Nothing.
What did you?
two different colored eyes.
The kid has two different colored
Wait,
eyes.
what?
Yes, look at it.
The kid is
He has
heterochromatic
two different colored
eyes?
eyes.
He does. That's what David Bowie. There you go. But yeah, they didn't make him change it though, because the director was like, I don't want to make him change something unique about himself. That's kind of nice.
That is nice.
But also, it doesn't match.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. Well,
But like,
what I was gonna say is like that seems like a good gig for a poor kid. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, yeah, no, it's like a good. Yes.
like imagine you're poor and you're gonna be like literally just a slum kid, suffering in a city, and then someone's like, "Hey, we're gonna take you around and teach you how to horse and knight and stuff."
And like they've already established, this kid's dream is to become a knight,
Right.
which he can never technically do.
This is as close as he's gonna get.
But his dad's like, you can do anything. And is this where you cry, John?
no, it comes.
No.
I know exactly what part. I know exactly what part you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna say it hasn't got me in the past. Where you watch, I do like the idea of like that's someone's job is just the ferry guy just running, just like on a boat
Yeah.
pulling a chain.
Just pulling chains. That's just a gym at workout now.
Yeah, like
That's
just a CrossFit.
The birth of CrossFit.
they would charge you $200 a
And
month.
the boys are back in town. There's some like
The
really
world
on the
is
nose
that-
needle
is that the
drops.
song?
Yep.
Good God, it's a great fucking song, but
Yeah.
also
Yes.
This is
you
also
just
the
got
first
back
time he
today.
has returned to London since he was a small child. Love your
I'm
face
realizing,
painting.
I'm just noticing, it's been happening all throughout the movie, but I love the face painting.
I love it. Yeah,
The Robin Hood Prince of Thieves guy was in the old House of Cards series from Britain.
oh yeah, he's
Yeah.
a British. He's a well-known British actor.
I was looking at this list of movies he's been in, and I have not seen a single one. And there's
a
like
lot of British movies.
137 in here.
Wow.
Oh, he was also in a Robin Hood TV series.
This is
Loves Robin Hood. Oh my God, there's the
Thumbs
next
up.
one.
There's a kid.
There's the next Arya Stark.
Camera change.
They set up the sequel.
He's seeing himself in that boy.
A Knight's Tale. Yeah, but now the boy has a sensible bowl cut.
Don't worry, he'll also grow up to have white dreads.
Oh, that woman has crimped hair. Speaking of early 2000s hairstyles.
You're so gay, because I was about to be like, she has cleavage.
And you're also so gay.
I know, that's literally, yeah.
So this is like the World Series. This is like
It
the
said
World
Championships. But this is also when they thought the world was like England, France, question mark.
Yeah.
Spain,
England, France,
question marks.
others. Yeah.
Like, I don't think Japan sent a team
Yeah.
to the World Jousting Championship.
I would love if there was like a Jamaican team, like the bobsled team, where they're like the underdogs.
Actually, we watched the Pan American Games last night and saw the Jamaican team do gymnastics and everything like that. Who won? I don't remember who won, but we were second place.
But yeah, like all of a sudden there's just like the Black Knights. You know what I mean? Like the
Like Martin Lawrence?
Martin Lawrence?
yes,
Yeah.
Black Knight, Martin Lawrence.
Classic early 2000s website was the Black Knight website. I used to go on it all the time in high school.
For the movie?
Yes, because every time you scroll...
Angel fire or something?
Pretty much, and every time you scrolled over a button, it yelled. Martin Lawrence yelled something at you, and my high school friends and I would go into the computer lab and turn the sound up as loud as we could, and just make Martin Lawrence scream things.
That's awesome.
Until we got yelled at.
I mean, that's really that's the only time you stop doing anything as a teenager is when someone has to yell at you.
It was also up forever. Like people were paying, like a studio paid. I don't know if it's still up. Space Jam's
the Space Jam website.
Space Jam website's still up.
It's still up from 1990, 1997. Yeah, that one's still up, and it has not been updated since then.
From the X-Men movies, they used to have a website where like you were supposed to report whatever they called it.
Mutant
Yeah,
activity.
you were supposed to
Yeah.
report mutants. They came out like with the first X-Men
really?
movie. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, mutantwatch.com. Holy
Wow.
fuck!
Probably
yes.
find it on the way back.
That was
machine.
middle school.
Yeah. Well, so, there's a throwdown. The Count's there. Adamar's back. We got a lot of rivalry things happening. Classic tournament structure.
I like his eagle shirt
a
too.
la the Karate Kid.
I
Lots
think
of interesting helmet
the main
designs.
takeaway of this is I would wear a lot of the clothing from this movie.
That guy looks like he's not doing anything. Like he can't see. Like that guy looked like he was straight up.
Well, you
Yeah,
don't want the
that's
wood,
the whole thing.
the wood and stuff to fly in your eyes. We've
Well,
been
how would he?
here.
No, but what I'm saying
Have
is
you
like,
ever worn any Halloween mask? They have bigger eyes than these. Definitely can't see.
Mike, you are. I mean, I know knew you were correct, but there is a Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court which had Bing Crosby in it.
oh,
Came out in 1949. There was also a TV movie in 1989.
I think that's the one with Rudy
That place
Huxtable.
is just advertising scissors or ribbons. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's scissors.
Oh yeah, that was back when signs were just pictures because
People couldn't read.
People
People
Yeah.
couldn't read.
I feel there's another somebody in King Arthur's Court movie, but I feel like Whoopi Goldberg is involved. Am I wrong?
Maybe no. It's with the kid from Rookie of the Year.
But is Whoopi Goldberg in that one? I think there's one where she goes back in time.
There's a lot of those.
She's got a little baby Lance. This girl's so
Oh look,
cute.
this is interesting.
And she said she was pretending to be. She always pretends to be him, breaking gender stereotypes.
Women can be anything these days. And he's like, I'm also pretending to be me.
Every time I see a kid actor in like an old movie like this, I just want to look them up and see if they had a career after this.
Yeah, it's always nice, like when they do well. So he just confessed to that girl that he was poor.
Because this girl is.
I'm sorry. It was called A Night in Camelot, and it was starring Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh.
It came out in 1998 because, of course, it did. Sorry, John, you had something to say?
Look, we
Yeah,
know
it's okay.
we're having. This is the dad moment, you guys.
Yeah, we're getting into the
We're
dad
getting
stuff.
to the dad stuff.
Then, real quick, she's a computer researcher in this movie. Oh. Spoiler, it's his dad?
Boom. That was a great line delivery from a child actor.
He's blind, sir.
He's blind, sir.
Have you seen
Looks
the
down.
American
They
remake?
mostly come at night.
The American version of the movie Brothers, starring Jake Gyllenhaal and Tobey Maguire.
No.
Because the two daughters in that movie, the two kids, turn in like Oscar-worthy performances. Oh my god, it's worth watching just for the girls. Sorry, I'll shut up now so John can cry.
This is a very intense moment. See, this is the first time. Remember, his dad's
His
blind.
hair.
He can't see that it's him.
But still thatching. Because this is when your name was just what you were.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, your last name's Smith. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
you make stuff.
Mine is Nelson, which literally my great grandfather was Nelson. And
What
then
is a Nelson?
Nels, it's son of Nels.
Son of Nels.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah, and mine's Gillett. So if anyone wants to research that one and figure it out, that'd be great. I had no clue.
Well, I'm named. Yeah. Tempted. We're just gonna watch this, really.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking about now.
What a good little thing when his hand shakes and he drops the little thing. He's blind. He can't get it back quickly. Like it's a big deal.
John, make sure you cry into the mic, please.
Well, right now, I'm just thinking about the trope of blind people touching people's faces and saying, "Let me see you."
That's not a trope. That's a thing that happens in real life.
Is it?
Yes.
I feel
Yeah.
like it's definitely something that doesn't actually happen.
Probably not to the extent that it.
Blind
that it
people
happened.
touch people's faces to understand what
Look,
they
he
look
just
like.
changed his stars. He told him. He told him he changed his stars.
Sure, not strangers, but like that's a thing.
As he followed his feet. He
Wow,
knows he's
John's
fucking with
just
him. He
saying it's
sees
a-
right through him.
In movies, yeah.
Yeah, is it also a trope for you to look at someone with your eyes?
Oh, this is great. This is great.
Yeah.
No,
This is
it's a
unironically
movie,
good.
Toby. It's not his real dad.
Yeah. And now he has like a bonding moment with his dad.
And he says "Hey, the thing you did that was really hard worked out for me. I was able to become a knight."
Ooh, women. Asking if there are many with his hard partying athlete lifestyle.
I will say this: great blind acting in this.
I had to be Tiresias in Antigone. I was also Antigone, but that was hard.
Yeah, no,
like
for
the
sure.
blind shit. Like
You ever see M. Night Shyamalan's The Village? That's not very good blind acting.
No, I haven't seen it actually.
It's very.
I haven't seen any of his shit besides Sixth Sense. And,
If you want to see, oh, look, the bad guy found out.
and Sense8.
She's so not good at acting blind that I
Wait,
thought
is
the
that
twist.
Grace Dallas Howard?
I thought the twist. I don't remember who's in that
Or is
movie.
it Jessica Chastain or Isla Fisher or Amy Adams?
But
It's one of those three that look exactly the same.
The twist of that movie is that it's in a modern day setting.
Yeah, they
Spoiler
stole it
alert.
from Running Out of Time by by somebody Haddix.
But
It was
either
a
way,
book I read
when
when
they
I was a kid.
revealed the twist, I really hoped that she'd come back to the village wearing glasses and being like, "I'm fine, fuck you."
That's amazing. Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with you?
There is an element of like in for blind acting. Oh, if you want to see the best blind acting, watch Ben Affleck's Daredevil, and that was the cream of the crop. But unironically, you could watch the Netflix Daredevil guy. That
Oh, yeah, no,
Charlie
he's
Cox
great,
did a
yeah.
great job.
Yeah, actually, have blind friends who have been I was actually impressed with how he did it.
Yeah.
He's found out.
Charlie Cox, not Affleck, obviously.
He's been found out.
Oh yeah, no, I was.
All right, what are we doing? So would you? So he's got to risk jail time. He's going to get arrested for the stolen valor has come into play.
Yes, and he's
like, I can't do that. I have a match.
Pretty much, he's like, no, I have honor, and everyone, including the woman he basically lied to for the entire movie, is just like, I don't care. Just like save yourself.
Well, she has Princess Leia buns right now.
I was just going to make the same. She got Princess Leia buns.
I mean, I feel like she learned about the lie earlier, and she decided she didn't care.
Yeah, I think she kind of like knew.
She was cool with it.
Yeah, she's down.
She's a
progressive.
sassy lady who goes against the rules. She's the Jasmine to his Aladdin.
Very true. Good analogy.
Very good analogy.
Bureaucrats, papers, all that matters to them.
Ooh, I love you. She confesses.
Yeah,
it's for sure.
Because she has
legit
purple dye in it. She dyed it red earlier. She's all about that like manic panic life.
I also think I have to like say, "Damn your pride" more and more.
Damn your pride.
But not even that. Like she didn't even say it that aggressive. She was just like, "Damn your pride." Like, God, man. With the pigs. Look,
she's willing to live with
she
pigs
loves
for
him. She would live with pigs.
I would live with pigs any day.
The poor can marry for love. This is exciting because this is one of those movies that teaches you that following your heart and being in love is worth being poor, but also it will make you rich.
Yeah. Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Only when you accept that you will be poor do you get a lot of money and food and glory.
Food and glory, love and marriage,
money,
pigs inside.
Pigs inside.
That's all we want. That's all we want out of life. Pigs inside. Food and glory, love and marriage, pigs inside.
I will say this, like, I feel like this is a time, like, all of them are like, William, you're going to get arrested and like put in the thing. But I think literally everyone in his team would.
I would imagine
they would all
so.
be murdered, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're all like, we'll rally around you. But it's also like, oh, if you all just get on a horse and ride away right now, you could be fine.
Oh yeah.
They don't have the internet.
This is something I don't understand. How did people not get away with crimes back in the day?
They definitely did.
I think people absolutely got away with crimes back in the day.
We're missing some high quality emotions right now coming from Heath Ledger.
Yes.
We're
missing
knight.
some high quality. Everyone's telling him to run, and he's like, "Fuck
oh, this
no."
movie is actually about somebody who's delusional.
Maybe.
Like he's now here like, I am a knight. I've always been a knight. I changed my stars. I'm a knight. And everyone's like, hey, you're not.
Yeah.
And you need to give it up now. And he's like, no.
Yeah, it's like, I'm a knight. Yes, but also no.
Yes, but...
Real quick, I just got a message from Brendan that says we're in Queens, which is true because we're at the Creek in the Cave in Long Island City,
Queens.
To be...
it was a group message.
And also, yes, it was a group message. I did not just text John from 5 feet away to say that we were in Queens.
Look at him strolling up. Caution to the wind. Fates be damned.
This is an all-star walk. Hey now.
And the music kicking in.
It's always funny when you see a slow motion walk and then you see it in regular motion and it just looks dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's amazing is that slow motion walk. I immediately thought of
Who's that actor?
Mystery
Wait a
Men
minute.
and not Armageddon.
Another chew up the scenery moment.
That guy looks like somebody.
He looks like the guy from...
You are here to be arrested.
He looks like the guy, the other dad from Cock Blockers.
Oh, Ike Barinholtz?
Yes, that's what he looks like to me.
Wow, man, they got him.
Obviously
Hold on a
not
second.
him.
They got him dirtied up and crucified.
Yeah,
real
no,
quick.
this is his Jesus moment.
That was the fastest that's the quickest I've ever seen that go down.
Well, Mike, you know that in a cut in a movie, any amount of time could pass.
No. I don't have object permanence, so
This is 8 years later.
8 years later.
To you, the viewer, it went by in mere seconds.
God, movie magic.
That guy just snapped a piece of spaghetti right in front of the camera.
Yeah, that was
There's so
obvious.
much more spaghetti in this movie than I remembered. You know what? You guys are right. This movie sucks.
We never said that.
At no
I'm kidding.
point did I
and
say.
here it is.
Boom.
You've been weighed. He's got a big fucking piece of wood. Just spin around real fast, Heath.
It's true, actually.
You have been measured.
If Heath Ledger had been Jackie Chan, it would have ended much quicker. He would have figured out a way to fight with that thing.
That's a movie I want to see.
It's called Shanghai Nights, and it exists. I love those Shanghai movies, by the way. Him and Owen Wilson being funny in weird olden times.
I don't think it was
medieval
nights
England.
spelled with a K, though.
It's Shanghai Nights because they're in
Yeah,
England.
they go to England and
Oh, is that really what it is?
Yeah.
you know how like people in America have like a fun perception of what England is and how it works.
Yeah.
That's what that movie that's
Yeah.
how it came to exist. It's like, ooh, they go to Big Ben and they get knighted by the Queen and drink tea. Meanwhile, you go
Those
to England, it's just a
movies-
bunch of drunk people fighting in the street.
In my mind, are interchangeable with the Rush Hour movies.
They kind of have the same thing. Ooh, a little kid comes, smacks him in the head.
that was the boy that was inspired by him.
That was it the same kid?
It was
Because
the
that
same
would be
kid.
heartbreaking.
I recognize that bowl cut anywhere.
Oh, look at his
friends
friends.
are
His friends coming through for him.
His friend is going to hit a child with a stick.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And that's the movie we're all looking for.
And this guy's gonna fong people.
Oh,
Random
I'll
hot
fong
extra.
you all. He did it.
they just cut to a large bald man with a mustache in the audience, and I'm hoping he becomes very
I will
important.
fong you.
Because it wasn't like an audience shot; it was like a shot of this one man.
I'll stick my fist in and break you lots of things.
Lady Blacksmith, she's got 2 hammers.
Here,
The hammer is my penis.
let's see Chaucer. Get your boy out of this one.
I hope they go back to that one man in the audience.
Yeah.
Incredible to think that they would throw food in this day and age when everyone was starving
Yes.
all the time. You don't have spare lettuce to
Look,
throw
look,
at somebody.
look. Boom.
Yeah.
It's the prince.
With the most dramatic reveal.
Also, another great coat.
Yes, lots of good coat work.
James Purefoy is so great. Mark Antony in Rome is one of my favorite characters. Plus, I played that character in Julius Caesar. And remember when he was the murderer in The Following with Kevin Bacon?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
Look.
love him. So young here.
This is so important. This is literally like the
God,
moral
is he
of the
Is
story.
he coming out?
No, the
He
good
was just
deeds.
talking about hiding who they are and being unable to be frank about it.
Because he's the prince and he,
He
can't
means
fight.
literally like hiding
He's literally hiding
their
who he
face
is.
behind a visor and a helmet.
This is literally just like a weird Prince and the Pauper story.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the trappings of royalty. He wishes he could be free.
It's the Prince and the Pauper story if the prince was a tertiary character there's only in 3 scenes.
Yeah. Wait, but this is that shit where he just described him as knightly, where he's like, what am I trying to say? It's like the trope where the person who does the thing is more important than the people who were born into it. You know, like
Right,
everyone's
right.
a knight, but he acts like a knight.
Look,
He-
okay,
Robin Hood
this
Men
is the
in
speech.
Tights. Remember
This is
when
the
Patrick
speech.
Stewart
Toby,
shows
this
up
is the
at the end?
speech. Yeah. Take
He's
that,
not
nerds.
an ancient royal. That's all lies. Look at that one person in a window in the background.
Beyond contestation. That's right. It is decreed.
Must have been rad to just be a king and be able to lie and be like, that's the truth. Sorry, bitches. I'm out. Suck that dick.
There's a bird in the background, which is good. A seagull, maybe.
Oh, there is a bird in the back.
There is
I also like how they were all in
There's
like
a bunch of
sweet
birds.
outfits
So many
and they had
pigeons.
cool green
Guys,
vests,
he's being knighted.
and they're all back in their
This is
peasant
the
outfits.
ultimate the ultimate quest. He's
Look
finally
Look at the bird extras.
Guys, they
There
don't
are a
hold
lot of good bird extras.
They don't hold a candle to the falcon. Fuck those birds. The falcon is better.
Heath Ledger is exploding with horniness right now.
They were literally just throwing shit at him, and now they're like, "Yay, he's a knight."
Once again, none of these extras speak English. They don't know what they're clapping for or what they're mad at.
Probably true.
One of those looked like Ed. That guy in the middle kind of looks like Ed Sheeran.
Oh, yeah. Can I joust? Can I joust?
Get your well fit.
Oh, what? See,
And that's a wrap for the king.
Wait, what happened to fucking sword fighting? I thought he was good at that. I thought he
Sword
studied the
fighting
blade.
is for fucking assholes.
Okay.
The
But I thought,
joust
you guys
is
all
the
told me that
king.
was really important.
Listen, it's important that like he was good, really good at it, but it's not good. It's not as good because he wants the glory as well as the food.
Look at this asshole trying to do what Chaucer does.
So the jousting is the best stuff.
I'm going to follow up on this guy's career.
It'll be difficult.
Look.
Spun sugar and boot black.
He tipped
I
it.
just want her to be like, I just made that.
Wait, is that the blacksmith?
No.
That's a
No,
different
that was
person.
his
There's
lady.
a different lady. A lady
Fun
that we
they
have
all have
never
lady,
seen
they have
before.
lady battle techs.
Yeah, they're all like Q from James Bond.
Well, in this universe, all battle techs are ladies, just like in the Scott Pilgrim universe, all drummers are ladies.
This motherfucker stealing Chaucer's thunder.
Well, they're changing the game.
Yep. There's a. He has a sharp spear now because
He's gonna stab him to death.
He's cheating.
Wait, does he have multiple with a secret fist in it?
They
Yes.
all have the
Okay.
behind the fist is a spike.
Yes, and
I love that rather than pick up. Oh, I guess that was a broken one. So rather than pick up the fist to see the spike, he shattered it, but that was already a broken lance.
I will say that like definitely would have taken super long to get someone to make easily breakable identical fists stuff
Yeah.
in this
Like the mold would have taken like weeks to make in
Yeah.
this time.
Well, I imagine he already has the mold.
Oh, you know what? He does have a lot of fist work in his situation, so maybe.
Mr. Fisto.
Yep.
Are they gonna touch tips again?
This is a great shot, by the way. I really like the suspense. It's almost shot like a Western. Boom, right in the chest.
Boom.
But as soon
More
as he
face
turns
painting.
around, you'll see it's stuck in him.
Is he about to die tragically?
Watch the movie.
All right. The surgeon? They didn't do surgery back then.
You're the surgeon. Yank it.
I believe at that point surgery was basically
paramedic
just
speaking.
everything.
100%. You do not yank out anything that's impaled into a person.
Just leave it or else until you are,
Yeah.
Yes, everybody. Modern medicine counts for this.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't even go that deep in.
And yeah, when they say surgeon, they don't mean surgeon as we know it. This isn't like an episode of Scrubs. This is them like a surgeon is just someone who chops off part of your body at this point.
I mean, kinda.
Oof.
And like maybe throw some leeches on you.
And there's this whole thing.
Who's attractive?
There's a whole thing.
The villain?
There's
Yeah.
a whole. There's a whole thing, guys, of the. He's never been knocked off the horse.
Heath Ledger?
No, the Adamar guy has never been knocked off. Rufus Sewell.
I was just asking.
You're not on a mic.
Ulrich never beat him.
Get
He
the
didn't
mic
beat him
if you want,
before?
but also the movie.
We're getting to one of my things that is one of the next dumb things in this movie.
Yeah.
I was just saying he's attractive and was asking them personally if they thought he was attractive.
Right.
It wasn't necessarily supposed to be on mic.
Well,
Sorry.
right, but also, yeah.
Yeah.
That girl definitely had a scrunchie.
Oh. I always like when you
I
catch.
mean, maybe it was a ribbon, but
Sure.
pretty sure it was a scrunchie.
I was like when you can see somebody like with like a digital watch, or you catch a cameraman off the side or something like that. When you can
or
like,
you see a guy's penis out in the end of Teen Wolf.
did I show you? I know there were people that had their minds blown
Did
when
you
I told
show
them
me
that.
your penis? No.
No. That showed you a penis from Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
In Teen Wolf, they literally talk about it. They interviewed the directors and they're like, "Yeah, we fucking missed it. Like we
Yeah.
just didn't see it."
Did they not
Oh, she
care?
got his dad.
Did they not care that he put a spike on it and impaled a guy? Like, isn't that against the rules?
The spikes
It
are
is.
always there,
Yeah.
but they put the caps on it, so now it can just be like, oh, it was an accident.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why most of the caps just look like a little 3-prong thing, but his were always the fists.
Yeah. So the only way for him to win now is to knock him off the horse.
That's the only way to get enough points or whatever.
Yep.
Is he gonna go with no arm? Oh, never mind. I'm just gonna watch a movie.
Yep. He's going
And his dad is
unprotected. He's
his
going.
dad is
He's
there.
going raw dog on this.
Raw lance.
Yeah.
Raw spike. Raw post. Yikes. That seems really dangerous.
That's yeah.
Oh yeah.
It looks like the ice. What is it? It's like a long lollipop that looks like a shiv that Piper got Ruby Rose kicked
What?
out of prison for.
What are you
in,
talking
Orange is
about?
the New
in Orange
Black.
is the New Black.
Like a sharp, like those like sharp candies.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
you just suck the candy until it's sharp.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
I forgot about that until I watched the preview.
Yeah,
of the
same here.
cap. It's like, oh,
I
yeah,
forgot
that's
about
right.
like everything till I watched the preview. Also,
Another killer mullet on that guy.
at this point, I'm just watching the show to finish
well,
it.
Let's watch this. Let's watch this.
They are tying the lance to him. Chaucer's gonna stall by doing his intro.
He missed the introduction. He's got to buy him some time. He's doing his thing. Also, killer mullet. Man, that mullet is very
green
good.
Team.
How much do you think it would cost to get for someone to like make me
You
Chaucer's
want that
coat?
jacket
I
so
do,
bad.
really bad. So I like
Go on
I,
Etsy.
I legit want like what's called a what's it called?
A trench coat or like
No.
a ring?
There's a specific type of coat. You see a lot of people wear them. Afghan coats,
Oh,
which is you'll see a lot of like musicians in the 70s wear it, and they look kind of like that.
I love the balls, and he's just standing on the throne next to the prince, like just like, hey.
Well, at this point, the prince has literally lied and made up a whole background for them, so probably pretty okay.
Wait, sorry, I'm just gathering now that Geoffrey Chaucer is actually giving the real story for once. No
Yeah.
more silent for a year in Greece to understand a whisper.
No more.
No more saved a grandma in Russia or whatever else he said.
He's born right fucking here.
Yeah,
He's a local
He's
boy.
one of you.
yeah, Brooklyn.
Yeah. He's like, there's, yeah.
Born
There-
next to the Barclays Center.
USA.
But he just said it's another father mode. He's like, that's your name. That's your father's name.
Yeah.
That's, he's writing.
William Thatcher.
This is also the dumbest thing he could have possibly done. He's going out there with no armor and no helmet.
Okay. Also here, but his dad can't see it. He doesn't really know how
His
dumb his
dad
son
is
is right
just
now.
being like, what's happening? Tell me what's going on.
In an alternate version, the lance goes straight through his head, and they just tell his dad that it went fine.
Yeah.
And he had to
Everyone's-
immediately go to Paris to compete more.
And that's like surrounded by like gorgeous women, like as
Yeah.
he, like and just like crying. Like it's like that's like my goal in life.
He's just like,
No, but that's his lady.
I know.
That's his
and,
special
and
lady.
his ladies in waiting.
Lovely.
This is very much shot like a Western, like when they do.
It's a spaghetti medieval.
It's a spaghetti medieval, yeah.
That's why the whole movie's in
Okay.
Italian.
So we're coming up to one of my gripes with this movie.
Yeah, I love Clint Eastwood.
This is like the first
That's
gripe.
No, not my first gripe, just one of them.
He has not started moving.
Yeah,
There we
he's
go.
slow on the move.
So
What like this is purely for the glory shot of him
Alan
riding
Tudyk's
with
coat is amazing.
like with his exposed everything.
Man, lances are big.
Yep. We've been watching this movie for 2 hours, and you're like, just now, like, oh, they're big.
They're normally in the armor. Like you don't see
Did
it.
he just shout his own name?
he shouts his own name, really powerful because like he can say it. Very great. He says his first name. Spaghetti goes flying.
Yep.
Guy falls off. Great. Flash. This is awesome.
Yeah. You fuck. You got knocked off your. Oh, you be staring at me from the flat of your back.
You have been weighed.
You've been measured.
Is he on the ground? Haha, sassy lady blacksmith.
You have been found wanting.
Awesome. This is so fucking great and so satisfying. Now they fuck it up with this, which is
They look like they were about
Dun,
to do
dun,
a 5-way high five.
He is not on the ground.
His name shouts again, and then it's happening. What the fuck was that scene we just watched?
Wait, what just happened? I forgot about that part entirely.
That was the Thanos snaps and sees Gamora at the gate. That was
Yeah.
like-
yes.
He got hit
literally what
so
it was.
hard he got knocked into an alternate dimension briefly. No, but if you look at that though, he wasn't on the ground. He was floating above it. So it's
Yes.
definitely like a weird like yeah, it's like a hallucination shit.
But also, he imagined William's friends that he doesn't really know that well.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, there's so much happening.
All that should happen is that his eyesight should be cured by
Yes.
the food and glory.
That would be a good name for a restaurant.
That does sound like a good name for a restaurant.
That's
Look,
a better version of medieval times.
Food and glory.
the Weasley dude just gave respect to William Thatcher.
Love her gold hair extensions.
She just leaves the dad by himself there, and he's like, "Where'd you go? Hello."
These costuming still like very like. Who I hope
That was very dramatic.
who did the costuming in this movie? Because we're not going to sit through the credits. for
A
this,
genius.
Maybe.
right? I should message the person who did the costuming, being like, "Hey, I loved your work in 2001.
Yeah.
Could you make me another outfit, please?"
Could you make me another movie like this?
Oh, look, now they're friends. What's this closing song?
Shook me all
It's
night long.
fucking AC/DC. That's right.
And now they're in the stars.
He changed his stars.
And they are gonna bone down.
Guys, that's it. We made it to the end of A Knight's Tale. If you're listening to this, congratulations, you made it through all the way to the end. And
You did
also,
it.
I like to
can-
imagine also that some people listen to this without the movie playing.
I will say this.
I hope most people listen to it without the movie playing.
When podcasts I have listened to like do movie sound like commentary, I usually just listen to it without the commentary, without the movie
I'll be honest
running.
with you. We talked through the whole
Stunts.
thing, but there's parts that we just sit and watch. But I imagine they are with us. They
Yeah.
know what's going on. Thank you,
Everybody
everybody.
knows this movie by heart and can play it back in their minds.
Yeah, it's universally known. Thank you all for listening. Thank you, John. Thank you, Brendan. Thank you, Toby, for being on, being our guest. Thank you, Dan Perlman, who was also on.
Can I plug something real quick? Can I plug something real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
One, come to FlameCon August 17th and 18th, or 18th and 19th. I can't remember which
17th,
one.
18th.
Come buy stuff from me and go see Brendan do poetry on Sunday.
Absolutely.
And tomorrow, which this is the day this is going to come out, actually. If you download, I think it's coming out tomorrow, the episode of Killer Tofu, the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Brendan and I will be on it talking about Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Hell yeah.
They gave us one rule, which is not to swear, and in the first 5 minutes, I break that rule.
Yeah, he breaks that rule, and then I react
So
to it by
hard.
cursing twice.
Oh my
He
goodness.
says fuck, I say, oh fuck, shit. And then
I suddenly, in telling that story, panicked and was worried we couldn't swear on this podcast, even though I've been saying fuck all night.
Yeah.
So
No, we
whoops.
don't
and
care.
also for years.
Yeah.
We
No, within
for
the first
sure
5 minutes, I
have-
tell John to fuck off.
All right, everybody, off
Killer
mic.
tofu.
Everybody, shut up. Okay, thank you all for being here. Follow him at Vox the Devil for all that information and links to the Killer Tofu and all that stuff. Follow Brendan Gillett. Follow Toby Nelson. Follow Dan Prom. Follow me at Mike Mercadal on all social media. Follow Zeros on Heroes on all social media. And please like, share, and subscribe. If you write us a review,
Mash that like button.
that would smash that like button. Write a review. That would be fantastic. Guys, go out there, change your stars, and remember to go out and be
heroic.
Food and glory, food and glory.
Food and glory.
glory.